Henderson High School band with our national anthem. As the officiating crew now will gather the captains and go out on the field for the toss of the coin. And Charlie, our officiating crew tonight is out of the Longview chapter, a crew that we've had quite often through the years here at Henderson Lions Stadium. Mr. Willard Young will be our referee tonight. Mr. Phelps is in there, and also Kelly Murphy, and I don't remember the other names of the other two gentlemen, but we've had this crew before. They'll do a good job for us.
Yes, we have. They're no stranger to Henderson Lions Stadium or in East Texas football. They've a lot of experience right there tonight. Like our four co-captains tonight are going to be number 30, Kenneth Williams, number 47, Josh Hardy, number 44, Chris Freeman, and number 33, Scott Goodwin. They'll line up over on the west side of the stands in front of the press box, fixing to meet the Whitehouse co-captains in just a few minutes. The clock says 3 minutes and 15 seconds toward game time.
Charlie, another thing we might ought to do, I don't think we've mentioned all the Henderson coaches this year. We might ought to mention those before we get off. They do a great job in helping Coach Dennis Alexander.
They sure do. Coach Jackie Mayfield, Keith Tanner, Brad McGinnis, Gary Luttrell, Tim Mulliken, Lloyd Darcy, Randy Reynolds, and Keith Walton.
Those are varsity coaches, and those coaches also coach the junior varsity too. The junior varsity won last night 14-0 to go up 4-0 on the year. And Charlie, if you'll kind of watch and see what Mr. Young says out there, and we can kind of get a clue as how we're going to open this ball game.
It's a nice, still night. It's very warm and humid. There's no breeze at all, so the wind will not be a factor. So whoever wins the toss will probably take the football because neither team has an advantage. Whitehouse has a real good punter and field goal kicker. The Lions have a good punter and field goal kicker also. The punter from Whitehouse is averaging about 48 yards a kick, so he's an extremely good punter. Mr. Young has flipped the coin. He's talking to the captains now, so we're going to know real shortly who won this toss.
And he's backing the captains around.
Looks like Henderson has won the toss and will receive. It will be receiving from the north end, and Whitehouse will be kicking off, defending the south end. Lines will be going from left to right on your radio and TV dial as we start the ball game.
And Charlie, for those that don't know, this field does run north and south, and we're sitting on the west side of it.
The reason I did mention the TV dial is because this ball game will be on next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, Channel 10 at 7 o'clock. That's our local cable TV, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
Mr. Ronnie Powell over next door punching all the right buttons to get that game on. And the referees and the officials are meeting now. Only moments away from opening the District 17-4A contest here in Henderson Lions Stadium tonight. Lions home for the second time this year. Although the first game was the game we really wouldn't want to talk about. We lost, but a very dismal night. Let's see. We have Brian Brown, Fred Bowens, and Tim Fuller all dropping back deep. The midline is going to be Joe Powell. Jeremy Costello's in there along with Drew Coleman. Front four is...
I believe that's Cody Cure, isn't it?
Cody Cure, right, All right, let's see.
It's hard to tell that 6 from 5 sometimes.
Josh Hardy is in there. Let's see, number 44, Chris Freeman, Tremaine Cole, and number 50 and 52, Charlie.
Matt Riley.
All righty. And here is the kick. A high kick to the far side. A fair catch by Drew Coleman. And he'll catch the ball on the 30-yard line. So the Lions will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Drew's still holding the ball. Does anybody want it? Room referee says, well, nobody's taking it yet. Drew's, I'll just take no, I was take it home with him there. Not like the pros, Drew. You can't take it and throw it to anybody in the stands, or got to give back to the referees in high school football. Was there a flag?
Well, I didn't see one, but apparently there was something.
Wasn't ready.
All right, I believe he says the kicker kicked the ball before the official said he could. You got to wait for that referee to give the signal.
Well,
so,
I'll be.
No penalty, I think, on the play. We'll just re-kick it. Number 10 doing the kicking for...
No, he's marching. No, I thought he was going to march off some penalties there. But he was just telling the Henderson football team to get back a little bit away from the sideline.
Chris Burney will do the kicking. Back deep, Bowens, Brown, and Fuller. Up back are Coleman, Cure, and Powell.
Soccer-style kicker taking the short drop here, nearly sideways to the football. Real short kick this time. Kick. And Whitehouse nearly got it. They did get it. Whitehouse got it. He kicked it real short. I had a funny feeling about that. After you kick off one time and get a short kick and then have to do it again, I had a real funny feeling that something bad might happen, and it did.
Charlie, that's what the purpose of that kick is. You kick it from, they were on the hash mark on this side, kicked it high to the far sideline. It'd go but to the 39-yard line, but Lions couldn't come up with it. But they really had a good flow going down for the Whitehouse Wildcats, and they'll take over 1st and 10 now. Ball spotted on the 39-yard line.
First big break of the ball game there, and it's a big one.
All righty. And off into the middle of the line for about 4 yards there.
Pretty good surge up there. That's a pretty good size back, and those linemen were just going straight ahead. It was just straight ahead dive to the fullback right up the middle, and he picked up, like I say, Mike, pretty good yardage there.
I think that was number 12, B.J. Kelly, who has been out. Gain of, we'll call it 5 on the play or 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Robbins under center. Long count. Hand off in there to number 12, Kelly, and he is immediately hit by Scott Goodwin and Brett Mitchell for no gain on the play.
Good job there. The line defense really come across. As you said, I saw Brett from this side, and the other side it was Goodwin, and they actually stopped him for about a 1.5 yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Outstanding defensive play there for the Lions, and they need to come up one here on 3rd down too, because Whitehouse has excellent field position.
And really good field goal kicker.
Yes, a real good field goal kicker.
Okay, here they are, split backs.
First big play of the ball game right here.
2 tight ends. Robbins back to pass. That's a man over the middle and has him and drops the football. Good coverage there by Chris Redwine, but that was really a drop pass.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the quarterback did a heck of a job getting the ball off. He threw it quick, and the guy broke in there quick, and we had a little bit of pressure, but it was designed as a timing play, a well-thrown ball, and we might have escaped a bullet right there.
That pass thrown to Trevon Brown, 200-pound junior tight end. It's going to bring up 4th down now, and let's see, are we going to have a field goal attempt or a lot of moving in, moving out?
We'll find out where it's the field goal team or they might even go. No, they got the punter in there.
Punter in was a good place for the fake punt right here.
Excellent place for it.
Nobody back for Henderson now in coverage. Here's the snap. And the punt going for the Coffin corner. Best thing to do is just get away from this football. Hits on the 10 to the 5 and rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Oh, how close that was. It's a game of inches, and the ball was just the nose of the football. As you'll see on the replay next week, the nose of the football was barely in the end zone when they knocked that ball back. An excellent punt, a little pooch punt by their excellent punter. So the Lion defense should have got a standing ovation by the crowd as they come off the field there as a great defensive stand.
They only lost 10 yards on that exchange. So 1st and 10 from the 20 now for the Lions. Bowens, Page in the backfield, 2 tight end set. Here's a pitch back to Fred Bowens coming to the side. Page is leading the pack. Fred is out to the 24-yard line, I believe. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, looks like. And on the defensive tackle that time for the Whitehouse Wildcats was number 26, Matt Farrell, the free safety.
I wish our fans appreciated defense a little more. I think they should have been on their feet that time, Mike, because I tell you what, that was a big series to stop right there.
Here we go. 2nd down now and 4. We'll call it from the 24-yard line. Adams under center. Hands off to Bo Page in the middle of Poe out to the 27-yard line. Pick up of maybe 3 yards on the play.
Going to be 3rd and short again now as the Wildcats from Whitehouse line up in what we call a split defense. There's no one covering the center. They cover the guards on the outside, have 2 inside linebackers and 3 deep secondary, which means they have 8 people on the line of scrimmage. Pretty hard to run against.
3rd down and 4 now. Now we're in the power Iowa. Costello in at the blocking back or the other fullback. Adams under center. Pitch back to Bowens. Leads the block here to break to the outside. He's to the 27-yard line and no gain on the play. That
time they jumped into a short yardage defense. They went away from the split look and had 7 down linemen in the middle linebacker. And they were really coming tough, and they forced quick and were not able to turn the corner. So good defense by Whitehouse as they stop us there short. So we're going to have to kick the football back. We're 9:53 remaining in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
That was a play that they had great success on last week. All right, Shannon Cox now will stand back at his 15-yard line. They have 3 sets of backs back to receive the football. Good snap. Excellent punt, end over end down to number 26, and he drops the ball. It's on the ground, and the line's going to catch him way back there. As great play by Cody Cure that time.
Good coverage. Cody was put on a punt team this week. First week he's been on the punt team, and he made his presence known right then. Being the first one down, did a great job. And after he bobbled the ball, we had a chance to get it, but he fell on top of it very smartly. So, but a good punt and a good coverage there from the line. So this time Whitehouse will start back on their own 28-yard line.
Matt Farrell, the receiver on the punt, dropped it, and great coverage of the line. Puts them all the way back to the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. We have split receiver, 2 receivers to the wide side of the field over there. Robbins under center. He's dropping back to pass, looking out in the flat, and I believe that was a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver, as the receiver, number 1, Dustin Glover, went one way and the ball went the other way, so that'll go incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Wildcats.
That time they went to what's called a twin formation with 2 wide receivers on one side trying to sprint that way and throw. Had pretty good coverage, but the quarterback, like you said, threw incomplete, so 2nd and 10.
2 backs in the backfield. I believe that's Kelly. Robbins under. Hand off to the 2nd back in there. I believe that's number 22, Bowie, and gains a short couple of yards.
Real good defense there, as we weren't fooled at all by the inside fake and brought the back down without any very little gain. So the Lions will be looking for a 3rd down pass, possibly draw or screen, because it's 3rd and long. 3rd and a long 9 here for the Wildcats. They picked up maybe 1 yard, so it's on the 29-yard line.
1 back in the backfield, kind of in the double slot now. Man in motion, that being Bowie. Here's the snap, dropping back to pass. Got good with a little bit of rush, a long throw downfield. Chris Redwine's got position, and he's going to intercept the football, I believe. Chris Redwine with the interception.
That's what we want to see right there. That's the same play last week that Redwine tipped, and they caught it. And I'm sure the coaches this week worked real hard on going up and receiving the football. And I tell you what, 1 interception beats 3 knockdowns any time. That's a great play by Chris Redwine.
Great play as the receiver was streaking down the far sideline. Redwine had position, jumped up, intercepted the ball. The Lions will take over now on their own 43-yard line, we'll call it, where they will have it 1st and 10.
You've got to take advantage of those plays when you get your hands on the football. And Chris made a real good play to give the ball to our offense. And let's see if we can kind of open up a little bit.
Okay, we're in the true I formation. Costello's put to the side in the wing. Adams under center. He's dropping back to pass, has a man wide open inside. Terrence Oliver, here's the throw. It's going to be complete to Oliver to the 40, to the 35, 30, down to the 25-yard line. Terrence Oliver, the tight end that time.
Excellent pass play from 14 to Terrence Oliver. And I felt like we was going to open up there, and it was a play-action pass. And Terrence made a good catch. He's dropped a few. He made up for it that time. That was excellent.
Well, Charlie, we thought they were going to gang up on the line of scrimmage, and that time they did. And we broke 2 receivers to this side. No one picked up Oliver, the 240-pound tight end of the Lions. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 25-yard line now, as Travis Adams is under center. Power I, Bo Page, Fred Bowens, Costello in the backfield. Here's the option play. Adams is going to keep the ball down to the 20, down to the 18, close to the 17. I believe they'll mark it at the 18-yard line for a pickup of about 7 yards on the play.
Excellent play there by Travis Adams. When a team runs a true 8-man front like that, you run an option, the quarterback's got to be able to keep the football, because a lot of times the end will take the pitch man. That's what I did that time. And Adams got back up inside behind good blocking and picked up 7 yards. So 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Here are the Lions out. Power I formation. Costello, Page, Fuller, I believe, in the backfield. Adams under center. Adams hands off to Fuller. He's got some green grass, cuts it to the inside, down to about the 14-yard line. Should be enough for the 1st down. And let's see, we have where they mark the ball at the 14. Referee Willard Young says 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 14-yard line.
Good surge up front. We got Jake Poole, Terrence Oliver tight ends, Giovanna Fuller and Matt Alpin at tackles, Cork Sears, Ken Sabela at guards, and Alfredo Gonzalez, the center. And
8:03 clock running here.
Cody Cure and Jeremy Costello in the blocking back there.
Power I again. Cure, Costello, Fuller in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Fuller. Big hole in there. He's to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Tim Fuller, 14 yards for the touchdown run as the Henderson Lions go on top by the score of 6-0. As that time, great blocking by the right side of the Henderson Lions team, as Tim Fuller in the power I formation had a big hole, broke to the sideline, 14 yards for the initial score of the game.
Yeah, good block and also a good run, because he juked 1 or 2 of them there on the line of scrimmage, didn't he? So that was a good job by the entire offensive front. Now Chris Redwine will hold for Clayton Kirsch.
God. Kick is up, and it is good.
Boy, I tell you, a good job by the holder. The ball rolled back there again.
So with our score 7-0 in favor of the Henderson Lions, we'll take this commercial timeout. Back to Lions Stadium now as Clayton Kirsch will kick off for the Lions after that 14-yard run by Tim Fuller. Kirsch aiming to the far side, it looks like.
That was a 4-play, 57-yard drive there, Mike, according to...
Here's the kick. It's going to be caught in there by... Oh, did he fair catch it, Charlie?
I believe he did. I didn't see it, but I guess he did.
Number 85, Schumacher, the tight end, must have raised his hands.
Kelly Freeman doing the stats for us again. So it was a 4-play, 57-yard drive there. The big play being a 33-yard pass play from Travis Adams to Terrence Oliver. 14-yard touchdown by Fuller. Lions on top after the PAT by Kirsch. 7-0 here with 7:41 to go in the first quarter.
All righty, the Wildcats now. First and 10, ball spotted at their own 21-yard line. Robbins under center. Dropping back to pass, trying to come this side. Redwine has his man covered. Now he's going to sit up and throw. And Redwine breaks on the football, and he's going to have the interception. That's not Redwine, Drew Coleman.
Drew Coleman.
Number 8, Drew Coleman.
Well, I tell you what, Redwine and Coleman are going back there covering those guys, and then when that ball leaves the air, they're coming to see receivers. Another big play by the defense. Great interception that time by Drew Coleman, a little sophomore. He made a diving interception.
Charlie, we really had that
beautiful play.
We really had that covered all the way, and the Robbins just kept waiting. Wasn't much of a rush. He finally underthrew the ball, I think, hoping that the back or receiver would come back to it. Drew Coleman broke under, intercepted the ball, and the Lions take over first and 10 from the Wildcat 43-yard line. Adams under center. We have Page, Costello, Tim Fuller in the backfield. Here's the snap. Adams dropping back to pass now. Looking in the flat, and the ball is going to be deflected.
That's scary.
Drops incomplete. When the ball goes that high in the air, the defensive lineman got his hand up in the air, didn't see who it was. Must have knocked the ball about 10 foot in the air, and he's up there for a long time, Charlie.
I tell you, long enough my heart to skip about a half a beat, because those kinds, so many times, a big old lineman will be standing there and it just happened in his hands, you know. But the Lions are trying to open things up here and get their passing game going. And
Charlie, I believe they were trying to hit Bo Page in the flat right time.
Right.
Held up to the line of scrimmage. But anyway, second down and 10. Ball at the Wildcat 43. Here we go. Power eye strength to the far side of the field. We're on the near hash mark. Adams under center. Here's a sweep to Fred Bowens. Fred breaks the corner, breaks inside, and good cut there by Fred down to the 36-yard line. Looks like 37.
Good job. We had Bo Page and Jeremy Costello coming out of the backfield blocking for Fred. Run over behind Jake Poole that time on the left end, and a good run. Good blocking, good run. Although he only picked up 5 yards, he looked like he's going to get a lot more, but somebody made a good tackle. So we got a 3rd and 5, a big play right here. We're on 38-yard line.
Kenneth Williams split to this side. Travis Adams quarterback. Costello, Page in the backfield. Adams, here's a quick pitch to Fred coming to this side. Needs a block. Needs to turn east of the 40, down to the 35, and the flags will go in the air. And Charlie, from where that flag was, we're probably going to have holding against the Lions.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. And our wide receiver didn't do right. And Coach Alexander did a little coaching right now on the sideline to him. But it's going to be against us.
I was going to say illegal procedure.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be 4th and short, so it's going to be an interesting call from Whitehouse to see what we pick up.
Couple yards look like. Let's see where they spot the ball at.
I think they'll take the penalty. I don't think they're going to let us have a 4th and 3 from right there. I think they're going to make us try to go a little bit longer. I believe I would. But sometimes they don't look at it the way I do. Now the referee says yes, they will take the 5 yards. So move the lines back nearly to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Okay, well, now we're in our spread offense. Terrence Oliver lined up in the backfield with Bo Page. We have Chris Redwine to the far side, Kenneth Williams and Drew Coleman to this side. 3 receivers out. Adams under center. He takes a snap, dropping back. Nope, hands off to Bo Page. Page to the 40, down to the 38-yard line, so he stopped short of the first down. And Charlie, the interesting call now by the Lions. Will you go for it on?
No, I think you're going to kick the ball away, Mike, because right. You know, if you like the short yardage, you know, you might possibly go for it. But when you have 4th and 6, really the odds are against you so much that you have a 7-0 lead here with 6:22 to go in the first quarter. You hope that Shannon can push the ball down there inside the 20.
Shannon Cox standing on his own 50-yard line. The Wildcats expecting the fake punt as they have nobody back to receive the punt. Here's a good snap.
Oh, he kicked it too high.
Kick way up in the air. It's going to hit about the 20 and down to about the 14-yard line. So that's not too bad.
No, it's a little more of a pooch than he wanted there. He was kicking from just past midfield, so he could hit a little bit better than that. But he tried to kick it up high and let it roll, but he kicked a little bit too short.
One of the offensive linemen, maybe Alfredo Gonzalez, was running down the field, and all of a sudden he looked, and the ball was coming right down to his arms. At just natural instinct, he tried to catch the ball. So
well, that's better kick the ball in the end zone because we got him on the 15 to the 20.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Robbins under center. 1 man in the backfield. Double slot. Receiver to this side. Robbins hands off to Kelly. A little hole in there, and he breaks out at a good stick in there.
Secondary came up real strong there. He broke the line of scrimmage. It looked like he had some daylight, but our safeties came in there. That's probably Brian Brown, who's playing some defensive back there tonight, and made a real good stick.
Out to about the 18-yard line. So let's see. They're going to call it about a 4-yard gain, I guess. 2nd down and 6.
Pretty good play. It could have been a lot more because he had some daylight as he broke the line of scrimmage. Derek McGee's also on that side over there at the corner.
All right. 2 men in the backfield this time. Robbins under center. Here's a little crisscross number 22, Bowie, and he stopped for a short gain on the play.
Well, our offensive front 4 that time just messed everything up, Mike. Isaiah Allen, Brett Mitchell, Scott Goodwin on that side over there.
Pickup of 1 brings up 3rd down and 5 now as personnel changes for the Wildcats. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line, we'll call it. We have in the secondary right now, we have Derek McGee, Brian Brown, Justin Jackson, and Drew Coleman.
We also got Curtis Brunner, defensive end, on this side over here. So 3rd down coming up.
Robbins under center. Dropping back to pass, trying to look and say he's got a rush on. He gets the ball off with a little screen pass to the far side. And Brian Brown tackles B.J. Kelly, but kind of pays for it. And the Wildcats will be out to the 33-yard line for a 1st down.
That's B.J. Kelly, the big back that got back that's been hurt, and he did a good job of running there. Brian Brown made him head on. Pretty good collision, but Kelly had a pretty good head of steam to make the 1st down for the Wildcats.
13-yard pickup and a 1st down on the screen pass that time as it worked to perfection. Wildcats under now, 1st and 10. Man in motion to this side. Robbins under center. He's dropping back to pass again. Here's the throw into the flat, and it's going to be a little bit too far for number 22, Charles Kester Bowie, the 175-pound senior. And Charlie, kind of surprised me. Whitehouse is really trying to open up and throw tonight.
Yes, they are. And that was a good pattern. And he was open, just overthrew him by about a step. But well-thrown ball.
2nd down and 10 now.
I think Whitehouse is really respecting our defensive run. After we stopped them on that first series, I think that we showed them that our defense came to play, and they're going to have to throw the football to have some success.
Robbins under center, looking around. Here's the handoff in the middle of the dive back. Kelly for practically no gain, looks like. Maybe a gain of a yard, we'll say.
Yeah, not much going that time as the Lions were ready for that. We've got 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Lions on top 7-0 in case you tuned in late. Lions had a 4-play, 57-yard drive and a 14-yard run by Tim Fuller. PAT by Clayton Kirsch, and the Lions went on top 7-0, and a big 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Wildcats.
Joe Powell, John Poole, and Patrick McGinnis in at linebackers now. They break out of a short huddle, we might say. There's only about a yard off the line of scrimmage there. Double set, double backs in the backfield. Robbins under center. He's dropping back to pass, and he's going to be sacked in there by Scott Goodwin. Looked like they were trying to set the screen pass up again. Sacked all the way back to around the 26-yard line. So a loss on the play of about 9 yards.
Good play by the defensive line there. As Scott came in, we had a different short yardage defense or long yardage defense, and the fast rush on, and we brought more people than they had to block, and Scott broke free. So we send back Drew Coleman and a single safety to take this punt. Let's see what this guy's a good punter. See what he does here, Mike. He'll be kicking from about his own 20 once he moves up.
Yeah, line drive punt. Coleman takes it at the 42. Then he fumbles the football. Just dropped the ball. It's on the ground, and I believe the Wildcats are going to come up with the football as Drew made an excellent catch on the punt from Whitehouse and was trying to change direction, change something, and he just dropped the ball.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to juke one way and go another, and when he did, the ball just squirted out of his hands, and boy.
So the Wildcats catch a break. Ball spotted on the Lion 44-yard line, where they will have it 1st and 10 now. Shoemaker split to the far side. Robbins under center. Kelly and Bowie in the backfield, and the Lions jump off sides.
Well, let's see if our defense can do it again, Mike. To start the ball game off, we fumbled the opening kickoff, which gave the Whitehouse offensive ball, on our end of the field, and we held them, made a great defensive stand. But we give it back to them on the 44, and they get a free 5 yards right there.
Charlie, we might mention if the Wildcats do score, where it'll be a field goal or a touchdown, it'll be their first score of the year. So you might hear an eruption of noise from the far side over there. A great contingency of Whitehouse fans here.
Big crowd. They really back this football team, and they're a lot better football team than their record, because they play some real tough teams.
Okay, 1st and 10 now. Ball spotted at the line 38. Robbins under center. He hands off to Bowie, breaks to the far side, and down to the 30-yard line as Justin Jackson makes a game-saving touchdown. A game-saving tackle, that is, after about an 8 or 9 yard gain.
Little cross buck. They faked the fullback and then gave the halfback come behind him, and he pulled a guard. He found a crease and made a good run. And like you said, Jackson made the play. Now Jackson comes out, and Drew Coleman goes in.
Ball spotted on the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats in Lion territory. Glover spit to this side. Man in motion. Robbins dropping back to pass, and he's got a rush on him and gets the ball off, and it's going to be intercepted by Joe Powell at the 19-yard line.
Good job, Joe. Boy, that guy was open, and Joe came back from linebacker position and made a 3rd interception now. I tell you, our defense does it again. Great interception by Joe Powell. So they've had football in our area of the field twice, and we've come up with an interception.
I don't know what the problem is over there, but one of the Whitehouse coaches is all the way out on the 30-yard line there, and he was jumping up down screaming. I don't know if he's, I believe, just mad at his players.
He might. Do you think that the defensive guy didn't catch the football? He's still mad.
Yeah, great, with a great interception by Joe Powell. Backtracking, jumped up and caught the ball for the interception. Here we go. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line, true I formation. Here is Fred Bowens to the middle of the line, about to the 20-yard line.
Not much there. It's a pretty good job by Whitehouse there as a little counter out of our I formation back there, and not much over that time.
Might have got 2 yards. We'll give him, we'll be liberal, give him 2. 2nd down and 8 from the 21-yard line.
Chris Freeman goes into the ball game with Jeremy Koslow at a wing back.
Bowens and Page in the backfield. Oliver, Freeman at a wing. 2 tight end set. Adams, here's to Fred Bowens. Got a little crease in there. He's out to about the 26-yard line. Good hole in the middle of the line there, Charlie.
Good job in the middle of both guards. Clark Sears and Kinsabella and Alfredo Gonzalez, the center, did a good job of opening a hole up there for Fred, and he hit it quick. But our backs are so small. Once they get contact, they don't go much further. But a good run there. It's going to be 3rd and short here.
Tim Fuller in now in the power I formation. Costello, the blocking back, also Page. Adams under center. Here's the trips up, barely gets the ball off to Tim Fuller. He's coming to the side. He's to the 30-yard line. Going to be a great tackle by Farrell, the free safety right there. And do I see a flag down?
I think he got the face mask.
I think he got the face mask.
Jerked his head pretty good, too. So we'll see if it's going to be a big one as he Fuller was trying to make that first down, and the guy reached out and grabbed him.
Charlie, it was a great play that time by Travis Adams, just getting that ball off. Like
well,
he tripped over.
He tripped, and I thought he was going to have a fumble in the backfield.
Let's see. They're putting the flag back in the pocket. Now let's see. Mr. Willard Young is looking around. He's going to say personal foul.
Against Henderson?
I don't understand that. As Coach Alexander.
I thought he grabbed Fuller's face mask.
Well, we're high up here, and Coach Alexander's not really protesting too often much. But it's going to move us back to the 12-yard line. Personal foul, 15-yard penalty assessed to the Henderson Lions.
I guess Tim grabbed his face mask.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and a bunch.
Golly, 1:01 then left in the first quarter. Lions ahead 7-0, but we're really backed up now on the 26.
All right, now let's see. We're going to have a official.
We got a timeout, I believe.
Timeout.
He never told us who was on, but it's a timeout on the field.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this commercial timeout. And back to action here as we took a 30-second timeout, and the Wildcats back on the field. The Lions out there. And Charlie, just a kind of a weird circumstance that time. Looked like the Lions were going to catch a break, and they didn't. And they're going to be backed up down to the 11-yard line. And
well, I saw Fuller's face go back, I guess because of the tackle. Evidently, Tim was trying to stiff arm and probably got his hand in the face mask.
That's right. Now we're still having an official discussion out there as they're going to back the teams up again. Charlie, I don't really.
The ball's on the 11. A while ago, they put on the 16, I thought.
But well, he did say personal foul, which is the 15-yard penalty. Big discussion going on. It's not loss of down or anything. Now we're going back to action, I believe. First, there'll be 3rd down and 18 to go. Adams under center. Fuller, Page in the backfield. Redwine split to this side. Adams back to pass. Looking, here's a long pass down to Chris Redwine. Oh, at the 50-yard line, just off his fingertips that time.
Good try there.
Beat, excellent pass by Travis Adams, but just off the fingertips of Chris Redwine. And the Lions will be forced into a punting situation as Shannon Cox will be coming into the ball game to punt for the Lions.
Well, the Lions had 3rd and 18 there, and they went for the big play. And Chris had a little step on the receiver, on the defender. But the ball was just over the outstretched arms. Good throw, though. And it's
Shannon standing at the goal line, and Matt Farrell standing at the 45 of the Lions. They're going to come with a rush, I believe. Good snap. Here's the kick. Good kick out to the 45. Farrell, and he fumbles the football back to the 50, breaking to the far side, and Brian Brown and Cody Curran also looks like Joe Powell there to bring him down at the 45.
Well, a good job. A good bounce there. You got to AstroTurf bounce. Really, the ball came up about chest high after he fumbled it. But good coverage there by Brian Brown and some other lines, as you said, Mike. And a good job of Shannon getting that ball off because they were bringing 10 people. But they get the ball inside the line territory, just inside the 45.
40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
So our line defense is going to be put to the test again.
Robbins under, 2 receivers to this side. Here's the pitch to Bowie. He fumbles the ball. It's on the ground, and I believe, let's see, the Lions are going to come up with it. Number 88, Brett Mitchell, coming up with the football now. Yep. He didn't. His knee was on the ground, so he can't.
Yeah, he could have picked it up and run with it, but he fell on top of it instead.
But, Charlie, that's 4 turnovers by the Wildcats now here in the first quarter, and the Lions have really got to start capitalizing on some of these opportunities.
Oh, we got to. With 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery, our defense has just done super because they've had great field position. We've had 2 big turnovers.
Well, Charlie,
tonight.
that's one of the things the scouting report has said about Whitehouse. They look good at times, but they have made critical mistakes and turnovers. And 4 here in the first quarter. Lions out of the huddle. Adams, Page, and Bowens. Ball spotted at the Lion 47-yard line. Adams hands off to Fred Bowens. Fred in there for maybe a yard gain, and here comes a late flag.
We need to move that chain this time. I tell you,
The referee threw the football.
That's a face
flag.
mask.
5-yard penalty, I believe.
We need to move that football some, Mike. And I think Coach Alexander this time is going to try to pound the ball a bit more, maybe get some first down. We tried to loosen up by throwing the football, and I know he wants to get that ball down there and have a long drive here this time.
First and 5 from the 47 of the Whitehouse Wildcats. Fuller and Page in the backfield. And Charlie, the 25-second clock run out?
I think it must have had a motion. I don't know. I was watching the lineman there. Everybody threw the flag, so I think it's going to be legal motion.
Dead ball, illegal procedure, so we're just going to back up, start all over again. We're going to be first and 10.
Give that 5 yards right back to him.
15 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
A lot of mistakes by both teams here in the first quarter. The Wildcats have four turnovers, and the Lions have 2 already. So, but both defenses are playing pretty tough. We put 1 drive together. Let's see if we can do it again.
Alfredo Gonzalez, the center. Here's Adams, first and 10. He's dropping back to pass, looking for John Poole, and not supposed to short man Bo Page. And
threw that ball away that time because he was really rushed, and that was a good job, a good rush, and also they had Page all the way. So you don't want to put that ball up for grabs up there in the flat. So that's a pretty good job that time. Just get rid of the football.
Get rid of the football. Don't try to force anything. Make it up on the next play. Brings up second down and 10.
This will be the last play of the first quarter, Mike, as the clock has run down to 4 seconds. So after this play, we will change into the field.
Kenneth Williams in. Chris Freeman out. Williams put to the far side. Poole coming to this side. Into true eye. Adams under center. Here comes the option play. He's going to pitch the football to Fuller, and maybe a gain of 1 yard as he's run out of bounds over here. And that is the end of the first quarter with our score, Henderson 7, Whitehouse 0, and we'll be back after these commercial timeouts. And back to Lions Stadium as we begin the second quarter. Henderson's ball, third down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Alfredo Gonzalez, the center. Trips, 3 receivers out. Adams dropping back to pass. Got a little protection, and here's the ball is going to be caught by Kenneth Williams, and it's a good catch. It's going to be close for the first down, be according to where the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be real close. We needed 10 yards, and Williams curled about 9, and it all depends on what kind of spot we got.
Well, they gave him a right-footed spot, I believe.
So probably going to be a measurement here. Is he going to call timeout and bring the chains in? Coach Alexander's getting some short yardage people ready, and I think if we don't make it on this spot, that looks like he's probably going to go for it on 4th and real short. And that's why it's going to happen, too. He's going to like about Willard said not very much there, just a
Maybe an inch.
2 inches maybe.
Got a right-footed spot that time.
He curled just about where the marker was. So big play here as we start the second quarter. That's a good pass play from 14 to 80.
Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of the Whitehouse Wildcats.
Whitehouse people standing on their feet, encouraging their defense over there. Those Whitehouse people came to back their team.
Travis Adams under center. Here's a handoff to Bo Page. He breaks out, and he's going to go for the touchdown, I believe, Charlie. He's to the 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Henderson Lions. 43-yard run by Bo Page.
So many times you see it. They're up there to stop the short yardage play, and once the back breaks the line of scrimmage, he goes all the way.
11:31 here in the second quarter. As Mr. Freeman's writing that down, as 43-yard run on a 4th down and 2-inch play. Clayton Kirsch now to attempt the extra point out of the hole of Chris Redwine. Here is the snap. It's down. Kick is up. And it is good. So with our score, Henderson 14, Whitehouse 0. We'll be back after these commercial timeouts. And the fireworks are popping open here in the second quarter. The Lions go on top 14-0 on we'll call it a 48-yard touchdown run by Bo Page. And Clayton Kirsch now to kick off for the Lions.
6-play, 53-yard drive, 48 coming on that last run.
Bowie back deep. High kick in over in, coming down to Farrell at the 15-yard line. Brian Brown steps in there, and the ball is on the ground again, Charlie. And I think the Wildcats come up with it.
Oh, I tell you what, the Lions converged and hit 26 pretty good there. They really sandwiched him there. That ball went one way, he went the other.
Brian Brown, the first one down, and Derek McGee. I think also like from maybe Cody Kerr, Jeremy Coslow close. Kenneth Williams.
Doing a better job covering his kickoff this week, I tell you.
So the Wildcats will take over trailing 14-0. Ball spotted on their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Robbins under center. Inside belly play. Nobody keeps the ball. Pulls it. Comes over to the 40, about the 38-yard line, where Scott Goodwin makes the tackle.
Well, I tell you, defensive end had to come back and make the play on that, and he cut up in there, and I don't know where our linebackers were that time, but they were in the wrong position. The quarterback just kept that ball a lot of daylight and made a big play. Charlie Bagley goes in now, linebacker.
Justin Robbins, 160-pound junior quarterback. Charlie, that was just the old belly play, and he pulled it back out and fooled the Lions. 2nd down in about 6 inches, we'll say. Wide receiver, 2 wide receivers to the far side. Robbins under center. Here's the sweep pitch to Bowie. Bowie is going to be upended out there. Great defensive play by Drew Coleman.
Good job there by Drew. That's a quick pitch, and the Lions had to come quick and did a good job of closing, but first down picked up by Whitehouse.
Didn't have far to go, Charlie, so had about 6 inches, but a great defensive play anyway by the sophomore Drew Coleman. 1st and 10, ball spotted now on the 39-yard line, we'll call it. Nose of the football barely touching the 39.
Terrence Oliver goes in defensive tackle, replacing Isaiah Allen for the Lions on defense.
Robbins under center. Here's the handoff to Kelly, the dive back, and he's going to be stopped for practically no gain, maybe a yard gain. Let's see. There's Charlie Bagley and then Scott Goodwin. I see Derek McGee coming off the bottom of the pile. Gain of maybe one. We'll say one, bringing up second down and 9 now. He just joined us. We're at 9:55 in the second quarter. The Lions lead 14-0. Glover coming to this side. Schumacher to the far side for the Wildcats. Robbins under center. And
like a lineman moved in there.
Whistle blows. The flags go on the field.
One of the offensive linemen moved. They can't do that before the snap.
And that's going to back them up 5 yards. The illegal dead ball foul, illegal procedure against Whitehouse. Again, Whitehouse in the maroon pants, white jerseys with maroon numbers and white helmets. The Lions in their blue helmets.
Whitehouse, you know, Whitehouse looks pretty good at times, don't they, Mike, on offense? And we're going to have to play good defense. They're going to score sometime. We're not careful.
Here we go again. Second down and about 14. Robbins dropping back to pass, coming to Glover on this side. Glover on this side, and he dropped the football. So that was just a little quick out pass. Glover, the 150-pound receiver, dropped the football.
Chris Redwine was in pretty good position and had Charlie Bagley coming from the linebacker post there in case he caught the football, but the ball was underthrown.
Third down and 14 now for the Wildcats. As they're shifting personnel in and out.
9:25 still left to go in the second quarter here. The Lions up 14-0. Third and long for the Wildcats. Let's see if the Lion defense can hold them again.
Robbins under. He's dropping back to pass. Here comes the rush. A screen pass set up again to Bowie, and Bowie is going to be, one line missing, but 2 lines missing, but a great defensive play on the far side by Drew Coleman. This time a couple lines missed him, but Coleman, the sophomore, Charlie, made a great defensive open field tackle.
Well, Drew's had to grow up quick this year, hadn't he? Coming up off that 9th grade team last year, thrown in the fire real quick, and he's got a lot of playing time for the Lions at defensive cornerback, and he's maturing quickly, playing his first varsity ball game for the Lions tonight, doing a good job.
All righty.
I look for him to kick this one a little better.
Coleman standing at the 28-yard line. Low snap. Not much of a rush. Gets a line drive kickoff right to Drew. He's coming to this side. The wall's being set up. He can back around the corner, and he does. Here he comes. He's to the 45, to the 47, 48-yard line. Oh, called about the 46, I believe, before he's dropped in there by number 88. They're tied in.
Good job by the punt return team setting up a wall over here in front of the press box side. So,
Charlie, you just kind of see that develop then, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can really see that develop. He kicked the ball real low. He came in the game with a great average, but tonight he's had to rush both of his kicks and he kicked them low. So the Lions come out with pretty good field position back on their own 46 here.
First and 10. Ball spotted at the Lions' own 46-yard line. Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Brian Brown in there at the fullback, and there's a face mask, and now the yellow flag's coming up. And that's probably going to be a 15-yarder, Charlie, because they really jerked him all the way around.
Jerked his noggin off there nearly, as Brian said. That kind of hurt, but the referee right on top of it and threw that little yellow flag, and it will be a biggie, I'm sure.
I noticed one of the officials going over to one of the players and really pointing his finger in his face. I don't know if he said, look, you do that again. You know, that was kind of a flagrant-looking foul that time. All right, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. The ball is going to be spotted at the Whitehouse 37-yard line. First and 10 for the Lions. Kenneth Williams into the game. Jeremy Costello out. Lions out of the huddle. Alfredo Gonzalez over center. And the true I formation, Cody Cure, and I believe Brian Brown again in the backfield. Adams under center. Here's a handoff to Cure, and Cure, a little drive. He's still on his feet down to the 30-yard line.
Good run by Cody.
7-yard pickup by Cody Cure, the 160-pound sophomore.
Another sophomore for the Lions who is stepping in there and doing a real good job. He got right behind the center, Alfredo Gonzalez and Cork Sears and Ken Sabella, and just went straight ahead. And Cody's got a way of finding daylight. If there's some daylight there, he'll find it. And they made a real good run on first down, picked up 7.
7 yards. Second down and 3. Ball spotted, nose of the football on the 30-yard line. Adams under center, Cure and Brown in the backfield. 2 tight ends set with a wing. And here is the pitch back to Brian Brown. Cuts to the inside. And he's got one man. Beats that one man. He's down to the 30, down to the 26-yard line, where he's run out of bounds. Can be close for the first down.
Good job. Whitehouse jumped into their short yardage defense there, a 7-man front, kind of a 7 diamond, you know, an old type defense where you have 1 middle linebacker and 7 down linemen. With a middle linebacker, then 3 deep secondary, and trying to stop us. We went outside, probably knowing they were going to do that, and once we cut back inside the defensive end, well, he found enough for the first down. So we're in the 4-down zone right now.
1st and 10. Ball spotted on the Wildcat 26-yard line. Cure and Brown in the backfield. Adams under center. He's dropping back. Nope, hands the ball off to Brian Brown in the middle, and Brown is going to be tripped up after about a 3-yard gain, but there's flags again on the field, Charlie.
Yeah, I hate to see that flag. That's a good surge by the right side over there, and a good run by Brown. He had that football wrapped up real good. That's a good sign. But let's see what happened that time. We're in motion, I believe, and that's going to negate a pretty good play on 1st down. Should have been 2nd and 5. It's going to be 1st and 15. So those are kind of mistakes that we didn't make early. But with the new offense, we're coming off the ball more, Mike, you know, going more straight ahead, and we're trying to get off the football. I'm sure Coach Mayfield worked them on getting off that football, moving their feet, and a little bit anxious a couple of times tonight. So
back to the 37-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and 15 for the Lions. As a good first half for the Lions, but kind of sloppily played sometimes, a lot of flags. And here we go.
7:36 remain. We're on top 14-0. If we could put one in here, we could really do some damage.
Cure and Brown in the backfield. Cure the fullback, Brown the tailback. Adams under center. He's dropping back to pass and has 1 man on the side coming to Kenneth Williams to the far side, and it's going to be overthrown at about the 5-yard line.
Travis throwing the ball pretty good, but he's just throwing a little bit too far on those deep routes. We're not quite that fast. Can't quite get there.
Well, Coach Luttrell kept Travis out, I know, Tuesday afternoon after the players had gone in after practice, and they were doing a lot of throwing. Just telling him, throw the football. Throw it, throw it, throw it. You can throw it. Get your confidence up. And he's really thrown the ball very well tonight. Going to make up the 2nd down now and 15.
Certainly been a big part of our offense tonight as we have really loosened up by some big 1st downs, throwing the football, set up our 1st touchdown.
Mass changes in the line personnel now. Let's see if they'll go to their spread offense. Here comes Redwine to this side. Williams and Coleman to the far side.
Clock running down inside of 5 seconds,
Yep.
Travis. Get the play off. Not going to get it off.
No.
Never got it off. See that coming.
Yep, 25-second clock caught us. We're changing from the I formation into the spread formation, and things just weren't clicking too well. It's going to back us up another 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 20 now, as Coach Alexander has called Travis over, and he's talking to him. He'll be sending in the play. Terrence Oliver back into the ball game. Here comes Chris Redwine in. Ball spotted on the 37-yard line. All right, he's already started the clock. 20 seconds and counting. Down to 19. We have 2 receivers, Redwine and Coleman and Williams to the far side. Redwine to this side. Adams drops back to pass. Here comes a pretty good rush, and he breaks out. He's got a lot of green grass ahead of him. He can get by 1 man. He's down to the 30, down to the 26-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, and where it's going to be about 3rd down and about 10.
Well, that's a good job by Travis to get 10 of them back, because that gets down there maybe in a field goal possibility if he wants to think about that.
Charlie, looked like they put some linebackers in. I couldn't really tell. I was looking at something else.
I was watching the secondary myself and watching Travis. Really, I didn't see. Somebody got back in there pretty quick. And
10-yard pickup on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted at the Wildcat 26-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage before the penalties. Bo Page coming out. Coleman and Williams going to the far side. Redwine to this side. Oliver in the backfield. Adams back to pass, trying to set up the screen to Tim Fuller. He needs a block. He's down to the 20, down to the 5, 15. He's still on feet, down to the 10-yard line. Great running by Tim Fuller that time.
Screen pass from Adams to Fuller. And I tell you, Tim has really shown some elusiveness last week and tonight. And he caught that football and made a couple of miss. Picked up a big 1st down, Mike. That was a big play.
Down after being at, 1st down and 2nd down, or 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20. Pick up the 1st down to the 11-yard line. Can still make another 1st down with 6:32 clock running here in the 2nd half. Lions up 14-0. A little mix-up in the personnel. 2 tight ends set now. We have Page and Bowens in the backfield as Jake Poole comes off, John's brother. Scott Goodwin on Chris Freeman to the far side. Here's Fred Bowens. Fred trying to cut the corner. There's nothing there, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Great job by defensive end that time. It's hard to block a true end over there on that sweep, and we tried to hook him. Wayne back did, but he just kept fighting and stringing the play out. And that's a play that we killed Palestine on last week, and Palestine, I'm sure, worked his Whitehouse worked extremely hard this week to stop, and that's just a real good defensive play over there by that defensive end, too.
Calling a loss of 5 on the play back to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Got plenty of time. We still got 5 minutes and 43 seconds clock running here in the 2nd quarter.
Bo Page out of the game.
So the time is not a factor. We got plenty of time.
Costello, Cure, and Bowens in the backfield. Adams under center, dropping back to pass, looking to the end zone. Got a rush on. He's going to be sacked again.
Well, he couldn't pick up Jeremy. Jeremy broke in the flat, wide open, and I think he looked for Terrence, and Terrence was covered deep. Costello was open, but by the time he decided to try to run the football, he was sacked. And that,
Charlie, we're going to have a timeout on the field, and we'll just keep it right here as we're at 5:10 before halftime, and Lions are on top 14-0. And right now they are going backwards as they had a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Now they're back to the 25, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 25 or 24 yards for the 1st down. And
well, it's either feast or famine for the Lions, either a big play or a big loss here in the 2nd quarter, as you said, Mike. And we're going to have 3rd and 25. That's a lot to make. We've got to go all the way down to the 1-yard line to make a 1st down. So,
but Charlie, what it looked like, the Lions are they're in a tight formation with 2 tight ends, I believe, and with a wingback that time, maybe had a split receiver to the far side, and they just send one man out in the out for the pass that time.
No, we had 2. We had Terrence Oliver breaking deep and Costello coming out in the flat, and they covered Terrence real quick. Jeremy was open early, but I think maybe Travis looked up and looked for the deep receiver and saw him covered, and never saw Costello, and then tried to run the football, and it was too late then. So it was just a pretty good rush there. We didn't do a real good job of holding somebody out. Somebody got through and put a little bit of pressure on Travis there. So give Whitehouse credit for a good play there.
3rd down and 25. Ball spotted on the Whitehouse 26-yard line as we're at 5:10 before halftime. Lions up 14-0. We have Williams and Coleman to this side, Redwine to the far side. We have Oliver and Page in the backfield. Adams back to pass. He's looking down to the side. The ball's going to be underthrown as Travis really took another shot.
And Drew fell down.
Yep, so
they will try a field goal now. I think he had to throw the ball a little before he wanted to, and Drew had to make his cut earlier than he wanted to, and just fell flat on the turf right there. And okay, the ball's on the 25 and a half. The holder should be on about the 32, probably going to be about a 42-yarder, probably.
42-yard field goal. Clayton Kirsch be out of the hold of Chris Redwine. Ball's really on the far hash mark. Redwine getting set. Here is the snap. Ball is down. The kick is up. Is long enough and good. 42-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch. And that will put the Lions on top. 17-0. Here, 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter, 1st half. And we'll just keep it right here as the Lions on top 17-0. 42-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch. Just barely got over, but it did. And the Lions capitalized on another scoring opportunity.
That's a big 3 points, Mike. Anytime you're 14-0 and having to play a lot of defense and like we are tonight, that means that, you know, with a 2-point conversion, a team can score 2 touchdowns and 2 points on the conversion for 16 points. By having 17 points on the board, it's going to take at least 3 scores to even up with us. So 2 scores can't beat us right now.
And, you know, Charlie, you try to get a team down in any contest. You try to kind of break their will to win. You do that, and you can get things on your side. And right now, the Wildcats need a break. Clayton Kirsch to tee the ball up, kicking off from the 40-yard line. He's kicking. It's on the far hash mark on the visitor side of the field, and they've been kind of kicking across the hash marks. And right now, let's see, they really have nobody where he's been kicking the ball, Charlie, down here about the 25-yard line.
Boy, I guarantee that's 42 yards, all Clayton. There's no wind involved tonight. It is still.
Kick coming down. Bowie is going to catch it on the 15. They're trying to set the wall up the other side. Breaks up in the middle. Ooh. Jeremy Costello just
came in there and broke up that wedge, didn't he? Great tackle.
He stopped Mr. Bowie cold in his tracks.
The Lions have really done a good job on kickoffs and punts tonight. They have really gone in there tough and then really caused some collisions.
Well, Charlie, I understand they changed a lot of personnel around during the week to
Well, the kicking game is a big part of the offense and defense. It's a third of the game. You got your offense, you got your defense, you got the kicking game. And so far tonight, the Lions are definitely winning the kicking game.
Trying to get a little bit more speed on the kickoff coverage team. Here we go. 1st and 10. Ball spotted near the 21-yard line of Whitehouse. Robbins under center. And he's dropping back. Here's a pitch to Bowie. Bowie breaks the outside, and a good tackle in there by number 10, Chris Redwine, after a gain of about 7 yards.
Oh, big play. That got outside our cornerback that time. He got hooked inside. And
Bowie, Chester Bowie, the 175-pound running back, has really took some shots here in the last few minutes. And I don't know if he's going to be able to make it back to the huddle or not.
He's hurting right now. He's looking for a little relief.
B.J. Kelly coming in, and now we're going to have I think an injury timeout probably, as Bowie just can't go, as he'll be going off the field on his own power. 4:45 to go here in the second quarter. Lions up 17-0 if you just joined us.
Good play on 1st down there. Pick up 7 yards. Now they're out there where they can do something on 2nd. If they want to, it's a good time to do it.
Wide receiver to the far side of the field. Kelly and Farrell in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Kelly. He breaks off to the 40-yard line on a quick hitter, and Justin Jackson tripped him up.
That's too much yardage on a straight-ahead dive up the middle there, and they really got by our linebackers real quick. I don't know who had some kind of blitz on or what, but they ran by us. We didn't touch him, and Justin Jackson had to make a shoestring tackle to trip him up. So another good run by Whitehouse, another 1st down.
Ball spotted on the 42, 4:39, clock running. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Glover spit to the far side. We have Farrell and Kelly in the backfield. Robbins under center. Here's the counter handoff into Kelly, and he's hit immediately. There is John Poole, also Scott Goodwin. Good defensive play.
Isaiah Allen, but 3 or 4 blue-shirted Lions had that one figured out as he tried to cut back on a little counter, and the interior of the defense said nothing doing there, clock running. And when they snap this football, it's going to be inside of 4 minutes here left in the 1st half.
Scott Goodwin kind of shaken up on that play, and Ken Sabella will come in to relieve him for a play. 2nd down and about, there's about 11, really. They marked the ball back a yard. Here's the wingback counter, and the ball is on the ground, and the Lions, I believe, have come up, or did they, with the football. And coming off the bottom of that pile will be number 40, Curtis Werner.
Curtis Werner pounced on that football. The wingback counter to the inside. Isaiah Allen, number 70, defensive tackle for the Lions, the one that caused that, Mike. So give Isaiah credit there for making a big defensive play, and also Curtis for jumping on top of that loose football. So with 3:41 to go here in the 1st half, the Lions will take over the 38-yard line. Whitehouse is 38. And I tell you what, if we could put some points on the board here, it might really dampen some spirits for the Wildcats, because they played real hard but cut up short.
1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 38-yard line. Adams under center. Koslow at the wing. I believe that's Page at fullback. Fuller at tailback. And good blocking there by Bo Page. And here's the pass down to either man, Kenneth or Jeremy Koslow or Terrence Oliver. They were both running about the same pattern. And Oliver, the tight end, 240-pound senior, comes up with the football at the 24-yard line.
Good throw by Travis that time. He went back there, had lots of poise, stepped up in there, and threw that ball real good. So I don't give him some confidence. That's a big play right there.
Charlie, I don't know if you saw it, but the linebacker, somebody blitzed, and Bo Page put a devastating block on him in there. Probably had Bo outweighed by 150 pounds, but he put him on the seat of his pants.
Good going, Bo.
Adams under center, 1st 10, ball on 22. Here's the handoff to Tim Fuller. Big hole in there. He's down to the 16, about the 16-yard line.
Good job. Kind of a little sprint-type draw. I don't know what they call that, but good blocking up front there again. And that left side did a good job. Jake Poole, Giovanni Fuller, Clark Sears really opened the hole up there, and Fuller hit it quickly in a big play. Clock running, 3 minutes to go in the 1st half. Lions have 2nd down, but they're moving again.
Ball spotted at the Wildcat 17-yard line, we'll call it. 2nd down and about 4. Page and Fuller in the backfield. Williams split to the far side. Adams under center. Long count. He takes a snap. Here's the option play again. Adams is going to keep the ball. This time the defensive end, I believe, had it defensed, and no gain, if any, on the play.
Yeah, they did a good job. He stacked us up over that time, and Terrence Oliver tried to block him, but went to the ground, and he just kind of held his own there, and Travis didn't have any place to go. He kind of created a pile there. And Travis didn't pick up anything, so it's 3rd and 4 now. 2 minutes and 22 seconds in running. So let's see if the Lions can pick up this first down on 3rd.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. We'll call it no gain. Adams under center. Williams put to this side. Here is the counter, the option again, this top side of the field. And again, not much there as he stripped up about the 15-yard line. Number 88, Brown, playing the tied defensive end. Charlie, one thing could be a factor in this ball game. It's very warm tonight, and Whitehouse has about 5 or 6 players going both ways.
Yeah, they're playing awfully hard. I tell you, they've come up short so far, but they really.
Here we go. 4th down and 2. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line. Lions going to go for it. Cody Cure and Tim Fuller in the backfield. Adams under center. Take the handoff. Here's the option again. He breaks down, takes a hard shot that spins around and dives to about the 13-yard line. And on second effort, Travis Adams will have the first down, I believe. As that time they came to this side with the option, Travis was hit about the line of scrimmage, spun around, dove, and it's going to be close for the first down. As Willard Young, our referee, is looking at it, and they're going to bring the chains in from the far side.
While they bring the chains in, Mike, Kelly just told me that Carthage is up on Chapel Hill 30-0 in the second quarter.
It's 30-0. The Bulldogs of Carthage over the Bulldogs of Chapel Hill, and that's really no surprise. Chapel Hill not playing well. 1st and 10, Henderson Lions. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. And Charlie, that was just a great effort that time by Travis Adams.
Yeah, good effort there. Really a good effort and good presence of mind there as he was thinking all the way. He knew he was going for that first down, and he leaned and stretched as far as he possibly could, trying to get that first down.
1:29 and counting here in the first half. Lions on the 12-yard line. They have it 1st and 10. Cody Cure, Tim Fuller in the backfield. Travis Adams under center at quarterback. There's the option. Now he's going to throw the ball to the out route, and Charlie just a mix-up that time, and the ball is going to be intercepted. Now he's going to run it out of the end zone, but they're going to say, nope, he was down, so.
They got to blow the whistle. The whistle had, of course, I got these headsets on. I don't know if Whitehouse coach is saying something, but.
Well, what happened, the ball went into the end zone. I did not hear a whistle. He stood there for a minute, and then he decided to run it out. And when he started running and ran out, well, the whistle blew, and Tim Fuller just went up, just out of, he was still in play and really put a shot on.
Well, all they can do is call a touchback now because I think the referee kind of blew that call back. That's what he did, and everybody stopped, and the guy decided he's going to run, and.
Charlie, that had to be a miscommunication as the receiver went one way and the pass went the other way.
Yeah, it sure was. The only one back there was a defender, so that's the 3rd turnover of the night for the Lions. Luckily, we have a 17-point lead.
1:12 to go here in the first half. Lions up 17-0. And Whitehouse comes out. They'll have it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Shoemaker to the far side.
Well, we could have really kind of put the nails in right there if we'd scored.
Here we go. Robbins under center. Bowie, Kelly in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Bowie coming to this side, and he jumps one man, but it's going to be brought down in there by Joe Powell, also Chris Redwine. Charlie had to look at that formation. Are they running to the weak side of their strength and pulling the guards from the far side?
Yeah, they ran at that little cross buck where they're faking to the fullback over left guard. Left halfback is coming over the right side with the off guard pulling, and it's been a good play for them.
Well, we're going to have a timeout here on the field, but we'll just keep it right here as we're at 50 seconds before halftime. And if you just joined us late, Henderson Lions up on top of the Whitehouse Wildcats here in the District 17-4A opener by the score of 17-0. Both teams have had some opportunities, but the defenses have rose to the occasion. That time the Lions had driven down after a fumble recovery and were 1st and goal from 11, but a misdirected pass, really, I think it was a misdirected route, intercepted the end zone, and the Wildcats have it back with 50 seconds to go.
Williams ran a fade route where he goes down and cuts out toward the corner, and Travis threw the ball like it's going to be some kind of post route. Threw it inside, and Williams had no chance. The defender was the only one that had a chance for it, and he intercepted end zone.
Anyway, the Wildcats ball, and they gained 8 yards on the first play from line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 8. 50 seconds to go here in the half. They got a long way to go in a short time to get there, so they're probably going to have to put the ball up in the air, Charlie, I would think.
Yeah, the Lions are looking for it as they have a secondary backed up deep to try to keep and give up the big play. That's what you don't want to do. We'll give them some yardage. You don't give them that big long one.
In a tight set, Bowie And Kelly here is a short pass to the far side to Bowie, and busted coverage that time as Drew Coleman finally drags him down from behind about the 39-yard line.
Well, they took that play out of Palestine's playbook from last week as Palestine hit that swing pass on us over there for a big play, and that's a good play right there. It's a hard play to defend. Our linebacker just didn't get there. Good throw and a good catch and a good run after he caught it.
43 seconds to go here in the halftime. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They're at their own 39-yard line, still 61 yards away from pay dirt. And receiver this side, 2 receivers to the far side. Robbins under center. And the quick screen pass to the far side and to Bowie. And I believe we're going to get they're calling for a flag. They're not going to get it, though, as Justin Jackson in there with a little questionable hit, we'll say.
Yeah.
But they're being aggressive. You got to be aggressive.
Just on top of the sideline. He didn't know for sure if he was out of bounds or not. And that's the kind of sometimes if you're on the road, you particularly in front of the other team's bench, they're going to throw that flag. But being the veteran crew that this crew is, they said, no, we're not going to buy that.
2nd down, about 3 now. Ball out to the 47-yard line, we'll call it. 46 scoreboard says. Schumacher to the far side. Whitehouse very slow coming out of the huddle, Charlie. Bowie in the backfield along with, can't see the other man. And here comes the rush, the dump-off pass to Brown, the tight end trying to set up the screen to the side, and he drops the football. And now we're going to have a flag down late after the play's over with. That's got to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
On somebody. Scott Goodwin had a good rush on the quarterback that time. Had a little wrong pursuit angle, or had him for a big loss, but he came in too tight. The quarterback
got caught a clip. I didn't see it. I believe Brett Mitchell was the one that got clipped.
I didn't see it either.
That was a late flag coming. 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Been a long first half, Charlie.
Been a real long first half. A lot of penalties and a lot of incomplete passes. That makes for a long first half.
Penalty marched off against the Wildcats. Illegal, he's saying clipping really is what I call it, using the old.
Well, now the Wildcats might not even try to put the ball in the air now. They don't want to take a chance on interception.
They like a whole lot in a bunch.
Yeah.
As we said, a long way to go and a short time to get there. Glover's fit to the far side.
Halfway to Minden for a first down.
Yep. Harden, a little crisscross action, trying to set the screen up back to the other side.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Oh. Henderson was going for the interception to the lines. I believe it was Patrick McGinnis and Justin Jackson.
Justin Jackson said, Patrick, I had 6 points on my mind. And Patrick didn't see him, of course. That's why I didn't think that they'd put the ball up, because they don't know how lucky they are, I tell you. Now, you can't fault Patrick on that. He was going to the football. He didn't know where Justin was, and he really caused Justin to not be able to intercept the football. But he was going for the ball, too, and they ran together and knocked the ball loose.
Charlie, they're really going a lot of misdirection stuff. That time the quarterback sprinted out to this side, tried to set up the screen pass to the other side. Again, ball was a little bit underthrown. Patrick McGinnis was out there in coverage, and he was looking for the football. And Justin Jackson, coming up from his free safety position, drew a bead on it and was coming 90 miles an hour, and they both run together and knocked the ball loose from each other. But anyway, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 30, and Lions called a timeout to stop the clock as they want to try to get another score here before halftime with 21 seconds left to go. I'm sure the Wildcats, let's see, Charlie, if they try to put it up in the air again, they fool us 2 or 3 times, or they just say, hey, let's take our losses and get out of here for the first half.
Yeah, I don't think they'll throw it again. I didn't think they would that time, though.
Robbins under center, Harden and Bowie in the backfield.
It's going to be a simple handoff right there.
Simple handoff to Bowie. He breaks out to the 27-yard line. He's going to be tripped up in there by, I believe, that's Justin Jackson and Chris Redwine, and the Lions will call another timeout. We'll just keep it right here as 13 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Well, the Lions have 13 seconds, and they came close a while ago breaking a punt return, so they want one more chance to either block the punt or to try to get a return.
Well, Charlie, we won't say too much, but we've heard that the kicker, I believe that's 26. You know, it's really hard to pick the numbers up when they don't have the numbers on the side of the jersey, the TV numbers. Matt Farrell's the kicker, and we heard he was a good kicker, but Charlie, so far it's been line drive type kicks.
Yes, they were talking to him before the game and bragging on his punting. Has had a great average. He's had a lot of practice this year, but really he hasn't shown me a whole lot right now. I mean, he's kicking the ball too low.
Drew Coleman dropping back in deep punt formation to receive the punt. Now Charlie has got a man split out to the far side.
Get out there, cornerback. Get out there and cover him. Somebody
get out there on him. Now Drew's going to drop over there to cover him as almost blocked by Justin Jackson.
We'll give him the punt, but we don't give him that long touchdown pass.
Ball's going to be rolling down to the 30, 25, down to the 22-yard line. And Charlie, I can't remember what game it was. It may be in the Robert E. Lee game or the Nacogdoches game that we left a guy wide open out there. And nobody saw him, and Drew Coleman had dropped back to receive the punt, and the coaches were hollering at him, get over there, get over there, get over there on him.
And I'm sure that that was a planned play by Whitehouse, that we're going to go out there one guy out wide, and if they don't cover you, throw the ball to him. We'll take a chance. We at the stage of the game where we'll take a chance on maybe getting a score and giving a football up here. Well, the Lions have got 2 seconds, Mike. They are on the 29-yard line, so.
What do you do, Charlie? You
we
go for the big play, and
we won the ball. We won the football back, didn't we? So let's see. Of course, we wanted it back a little better field position. So
about the 45, 50-yard line. Whitehouse called a timeout. Now they're back on the field. 2 seconds to go here in the first half. Lions up 17-0, and let's see if the Lions can simply run out the clock, or they'll try to go for the big play. Willard Young says let's play ball. Alfredo Gonzalez out over the football at center. Adams, Page, and Fuller in the backfield.
If you go for the big play and quarterback fumble the football and they pick it up and run in with it, you kick yourself all night. So
we're going to go conservative, though, as Travis Adams just takes a knee and the clock runs out. And that is the end of the first half with our score. Henderson Lions 17, the Whitehouse Wildcats 0. And we'll be back with a look at the first half after these commercial timeouts. We're at halftime here at Lions Stadium as the drill team, flag corps, quarters are all taking their place out on the field for their halftime performance. If you just joined us, our score is 17 for the Lions, 0 for the Whitehouse Wildcats. Good night for football, a little bit warm, but we'll take it. No wind, no rain. Drill team now coming into place. As you're hearing a little bit of the crowd noise of this big crowd, probably close to 5,000 people here in Lions Stadium tonight. Is coming onto the field, and we'll go down the grass of Lions Stadium for their performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Henderson High School proudly presents our Dangerous Flag Corps and Drill Team performing to the song Land of a Thousand Dances.
Henderson High School band performing as a drill team. Flag Corps and Twirlers will now march off the field. And their managers are out there and helping them. And the band Twirlers will reform. And Mr. Ronnie Ferguson, Director of Bands at Henderson Independent School District, will bring the band on the field for their halftime performance. 330 strong. Drum majors Brooke Boatwright and Casey Stevens this year. And if you're just tuning in late, our score here at the Lions Stadium is the Lions up 17-0 over the Whitehouse Wildcats. We'll try to pick up some halftime scores for you here in a few minutes. And let's go back down to the field now for the remaining performance of our halftime with the Henderson High School band. standing ovation for the Henderson High School band here at halftime. If you just joined us late, Lions up 17-0. And let's try and get all the wires unraveled here. And we did hear a couple of halftime scores a while ago. Near the end of the second quarter, I understand it was Carthage 30, Chapel Hill 0, and over in Kilgore, halftime score we have is the Pine Tree Pirates are leading the Kilgore Bulldogs by the score of 10-9 at halftime. Well, both teams now are coming back on the field. The Lions coming out of the dressing room, Whitehouse, and we're only moments away from getting the second half underway. Mr. Freeman, you got some stats there for us yet? All right, well. All right. The Lions have 26 carries, 120 yards rushing, and they're 3 for 10 with a 57 yards passing to here in the first half. That totals up to, can't total it quite in my mind. You can total it for total yardage. 178 for the Lions here, 178 yards total offense in the first half. And Charlie, that's a good pace for the first half. Yep, there we go. Let me dial here. Got to turn.
With only 26 carries, you know, that's not bad. We threw the football 10 times, which a little more than we normally do. But as we mentioned earlier in pregame, that the Lions need to start, you know, getting a pass attack going. Coach Alexander and them worked very hard on that. Coach Luttrell and the receivers, Coach Walton, and they threw the ball 10 times, completed 3, which is not too bad, but the ones we completed were big plays. The first one was a big play, 33-yard pass play to Terrence Oliver. And the one that you don't really think too much about being a big play, but it really set up that second touchdown on 3rd and 10. We completed that 9.5-yard completion to Williams, which gave us a 4th and short. Without that completion, we probably wouldn't have scored that series, and then Bo broke that touchdown on 4th and real short from 44 yards out. So that was a big pass play to set up that. It took the pass play to set up the touchdown run, what it did. And then Clayton Kirsch's field goal put us up 17-0. So as we mentioned earlier, you know, a lot of turnovers on both sides. It's very hot and muggy, more like an opening ball game of the season, but a lot of mistakes. But yet we have 24 minutes yet to go in the ball game, and Whitehouse has showed signs of moving the football, and I'm sure they still think they got a chance until this ball game.
Well, Charlie, one of our, the scouting reports has said that Whitehouse had a pretty good ball club. They had some talent, but they were really their own worst enemy by dropping the football, fumbling, and that's been true here in the first half. I know they've had, 3 interceptions and probably 2 or 3 fumbles.
I tell you, those interceptions were more good plays on the defensive secondary part than it was bad plays on the Whitehouse's offense. As the first interception, Chris Redwine went up high to make an interception on the far side to stop the first drive. And then Drew Coleman made a beautiful diving interception a little bit later to stop a long pass. And then Joe Powell made a diving interception from a linebacker spot. So 3 big interceptions and 1 fumble recovery there in the first half.
Well, the Lions will kick off to begin the second half, Charlie, as Clayton Kirsch will do the honors. We have Matt Farrell, I think Mr. Chester Bowie, and Glover back deep for the Wildcats. And we're kicking from this hash mark. And let's see if we pooch kick it to the far side as we've done in the previous games, as Matt Farrell back on that side. Here's Clayton Kirsch. Or is he going to just kick it straight away?
He's going to get a little run and kick it straight away this time.
Here's the kick. High kick's going to go down to Bowie at the 5-yard line. He's to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, breaks out to the outside, and the race is on, Charlie, and he's going to go.
He's going to win it, too.
Down to the 5, touchdown.
That's the second week in a row that the opponents have returned a kickoff for some distance. That time he ran it all the way for a touchdown. Last week, Palestine ran it back and all the way down to the 5. So that put them right back in this football game right there as the Whitehouse fans across the way. They came over in numbers to support this football team, are all standing and really support the Wildcats, and that will give the Wildcats a big boost there. That's a big play And until you really see it back on film, you don't know who broke down, but somebody broke down because he had a chance to make a play and didn't, and he broke it all the way. It looks like Whitehouse going to go for 2.
Charlie, they just ran the middle wedge up there, and everybody had moved into the middle to kind of remind you of a play last year with Jamar Toombs against Kilgore. We had it stopped, and all of a sudden he got the crease and broke to the outside. And Charlie, we're really, I don't know if it's designed or what, but there was no safety.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't see a safety to stand back there 15 and 20 yards to try to stop that. Usually you have one guy who sits behind the wedge in case they do break it, who can make that play. But I don't know where he got blocked down or what happened. As the guy I don't know who was it running the football.
Number 22, Chester Bowie.
I tell you what, he had pretty good speed. Once he hit that daylight, he was not going to be caught. You could see that. And that's the biggest play of the year for the Whitehouse Wildcats.
That's their first score of the year, Charlie.
That's right.
But again, that puts them right back in this ball game. And again, you know, we had been pooch kicking the ball and first half, and that time we kicked it straight away. He caught it on about the 5-yard line, I believe. I said the 10, but the 95-yard line, and hit the crease. 91 yards, you say? All right. And here is a kick by Farrell, and it is going to be good. So our score here is 17-7 as we just opened the second half up. And fireworks deluxe as Whitehouse Wildcats take the opening kickoff of the second half, returning 91 yards. Arthur Bowie doing the chores, 175-pound seniors. And you don't want to give a team new life. And now what the Lions need to do, Charlie, is come right back and counter with a score of their own.
I guarantee the Whitehouse band is playing over there, and the Whitehouse fans are on their feet. And right now, momentum on their side as the Lions let that 17-0 lead slip very quickly. And I just started to say right before the kickoff, if we can keep them from making a big play, we're going to be in real good shape in the second half.
But, Charlie, that's been one of the killers of the Lions all year long. You know, really nobody has just lined up and driven the ball on a steady drive. It's been the big play that's been the nemesis of the Henderson Lions, and it strikes again here as Chester Bowie goes 91 yards with the opening kickoff of the second half. And Whitehouse definitely has the momentum right now. And let's see if they try the little squib kick again to try to catch us off guard and get down and recover the kickoff.
You know, they're going to. They had a lot of success with it a while ago, and they're going to do it again. Might even kick it shorter this time. A while ago, he kicked it about 15 yards deep. He lines up nearly from the side angle there.
Good place for just the onside kick, too, Charlie.
That's right.
Chris O'Byrne to kick the kick. High kick, one that fair catch on the other side. And he catches the football. Charlie, that's something, I don't know if Whitehouse has done that in their previous games, but it looks like something that the Lions are really not prepared for. And he put up the hand to fair catch it, and now we've got a discussion going on.
He had a fair catch signal on. That guy went in and caught it. So if we had a fair catch signal up, they can't do that. That's the idea for the fair catch, to protect yourself from fumble football or have it taken away from you.
Chris Freeman.
Let's see if the referee's on top of it and caught that.
Well, they're having a long discussion over there as Chris Freeman waved his hands 2 or 3 times, and we can see it from right up here, waving the fair catch, and he was not allowed to catch the football. And I believe they're going to call it that way, Charlie. No, they're going to say Whitehouse ball.
He's going. Coach Alexander is going to have a talk with the referee here. He's got to, because that's.
A timeout will be charged to Henderson, and that's going to be.
I really thought he called for the fair catch. I'd like to see it again.
Well, he saw it. There was no doubt about it. He waved 3 or 4 times for him for the fair catch.
That's just those things shouldn't happen. That's why you fair catch. Protect yourself from that happening.
Willard Young will finally come over and talk to Coach Alexander now.
He don't need a hurry coming over either. He's going to take his time. I tell you, you don't like to second guess the referees, and they do make mistakes, but that's what they're out there for. They're there to see that kind of thing. And when a guy calls for a fair catch, well then.
Well, Charlie, that's not a rule. I'm not really up on that.
I don't know. If a guy calls for a fair catch, I don't think you can go and catch a football. I don't know. I've never seen it happen before.
Anyway, we've got a long discussion going on the field as Willard Young, the referee, has come over to talk to Coach Dennis Alexander. And apparently, from everything we see, it's going to be Whitehouse's ball, 1st and 10 from the Lion 43-yard line. As again, what they're doing, they're doing an excellent job of it. They line up, they put the ball on this hash mark. They kick it almost at a 90-degree angle, really. And it's a high kick. It gives their receivers time to come down. I mean, the defensive people time to come down for the coverage. And I don't know if that's something they've done in the past, but the Lions so far have really been puzzled by it. But I believe it's going to stand. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Whitehouse Wildcats. Our score 17-7. Whitehouse has already scored once here. Let's see if they go for the big play in the pass right here, Charlie. 43-yard line. Quarterback Justin Robbins under center. Long count. Takes a handoff. Here's a dive to Kelly. Kelly breaks over to the middle line. He's down to about the 35-yard line.
Well, he found some daylight off the right tackle there, and they blocked us pretty good on line of scrimmage. Must have picked up a linebacker, too, because our secondary had come up and make the play, but not before he had rambled into the secondary for a good play. 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 now. It looked like we might have had it blocked in there. He just kind of jumped over the pile. And 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. Dustin Glover coming to this side. 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Here's a snap. Here comes a sweep to this side of the pitch. And Lions going to defend it fairly well as Drew Coleman came up and really forced the play back to the inside for the inside pursuit to get there. There's Curtis Varner, Justin Jackson there.
Yeah, we stopped it for about a yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and a short 2, but they're down there inside the 35 on about the 34-yard line, so they're in 4-down territory, Mike. So with the momentum on their side here, already scoring the touchdown and trailing 17-7. Even if they don't make the 1st down here, they're going to definitely go for it on 4th. So our defense has got her work cut out for us in this series.
Patrick McGinnis, Charlie Bagley, John Poole in at linebackers. Robbins under center, turnaround hands off to Kelly, bust into the line of scrimmage for a couple yards, still fighting, and he's going to have enough yardage for the 1st down.
He's a big, strong back, and you've got to really wrap him up, and we didn't wrap him up early, and he hit that line of scrimmage, and they had a little bit small hole there, but he ran real hard there to pick up that 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats now as they operate on about the 28 now. 10-12 still to go in the early 3rd quarter. A lot of fireworks here, but all of it's on Whitehouse side so far.
Kelly, a 6'2", about a 6'1", 200-pound senior. Here we go. 1st and 10 ball about the 28. Robbins under center. He takes the snap. There's movement. Now they get back. Here's a quick pitch sweep to Bowie on the far side, and Charlie Bagley breaks through for a great play.
Good play, Charlie.
That was a play they had some success with in the 1st half, and they must have made some adjustments as Charlie Bagley came from his outside linebacker position. And that was a quick pitch sweep to the far side. Arthur Bowie again on the carry.
Derek McGee right there to help secure the tackle in case Charlie couldn't make it, but that's a 2-yard loss. So 2nd and 12, a big play there by the line defense. That's a good play to have when you're in 4-down territory. They still got 3 downs to make it in, but that's a good start on 1st down for the defense.
Glover to this side. Robbins under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Wing on the far side. He's going to come for the pass, and he's going to be sacked in there.
Good job. Isaiah Allen and Curtis Varner. I was there with the first one to put the big old paw on him and make the play there, and Varner was there to secure the tackle. So 2 excellent defensive plays by the line defense there. Set the Whitehouse Wildcats back again, so it's going to be 3rd and real long. And if we can keep them from having some kind of 3rd down play, we'll force them to kick the football. Well, they were down there in 4-down territory. Now they're kind of on the bubble. They're on about the 38. So depending on what they do on 3rd and 18 here, or 19, will be what they do on 4th down. So
here we go. Back to action, ball on the 38-yard line now. 3rd down, 19. They're in a tight formation. Robbins under center. Here's a snap, the handoff to the inside of the belly. The ball is up in the air, and Curtis Varner falls. He loses it. And the Whitehouse Wildcats come back up with it, but it's not going to be another big loss on the play back to the 46-yard line. And Lions defense stiffened.
You're talking about a chance to get the football right there close to midfield, and didn't, but they give the defense really credit, Mike. They really came through there and caused that fumble. They'd like to see a blue shirt on top of it, but we couldn't find it. And so Drew Coleman backs inside about the 10-yard line as the Whitehouse punter will have to kick away.
Matt Farrell to do the chores for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. He's from the 43. Good kick
now
this
you
time.
put
It's
it
going to go into the end zone and out of the end zone as that time Drew Coleman waved that. So we'll probably catch that one.
We saw that time that he had a strong foot, Mike. That's the first time he really got his foot into the ball as he kicked that sucker down there. And the Henderson line fans, a few of them give him a hand there. We should be give him a standing ovation because that's an outstanding play. That's the kind of outstanding plays you've got to make to win football games there. The momentum's on Whitehouse side, and you hold them right there after a second turnover. Well, that's a good job by the defense. Let's see if the offense now can do something. First time they had the ball this half.
1st and 10 from the Lions' own 20-yard line. Here's the handoff into the middle of Bo Page. He breaks out, goes to the 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, down to the 25, down to the 20-yard line before he's finally hauled down in there by the free safety, I believe, Matt Farrell, as Bo Page breaks out for a 60-yard run.
Well, I tell you what, that's a great way to start.
That's a momentum breaker right there.
You ain't kidding.
When the other team scores, you got to counter and come back out. Don't let them get the momentum. And that was just a dive play.
It's a quick hitter right over guard.
Yeah. I think that's known to rep towards zero. And Bo Page, 155-pound senior running back, went 60 yards from the 20 to the 20. Here we go. We have Jeremy Costello, Cody Curran, fullback, Fred Bowens at tailback. We're in the power I formation, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Here is the handoff to Fred. He's got a little crease in there. Fred down to the 15, still on his feet, down to the 12-yard line before he stopped in there by Farrell.
Boy, offensive line, they really come off the ball on those two plays. I tell you what, they Alfredo Jackson, Cork Sears, Ken Sabella opened that quick hitter up in the middle there. And that time, Matt Appleton and Giovanna Fuller, Jake Poole, and Terrence Oliver really made some daylight there for Bowens there. Good run.
First be 2nd down and 3 now from the 13-yard line. Full power I now. Tim Fuller. He'll take the handoff from Adams. He cuts back to the inside. Going to be down about the 8-yard line. Should be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, good run to behind the strong side of the line. Also, Cody Cure and Jeremy Costello leading the way for Tim there. Moving that chain. So a 1st down for the Lions as they move inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 8.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Lions out of the huddle now. Bowens, Page, Costello. Here's the handoff to Fred Bowens. He cuts to the inside and is going to be hit about the 6-yard line. Now we have a flag coming in, Charlie, way from in the backfield.
Yeah.
Back judge throwing that. And he's pointing the finger at Whitehouse, looks like.
Little daylight there, but the hole closed pretty quickly. It'll be a personal foul.
Personal foul against Whitehouse will be half the distance to the goal. Don't know exactly what that was. Couldn't see it from here.
No, it happened back in the secondary.
Back judge to it. I mean, 1st and goal now for the Lions. The ball spotted, what, about the 2-yard line?
Well, it should be about the 4. It should be half the distance, but it's like more than the 2, doesn't it?
Yep, I believe it's going to be about the 2-yard line. 6:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lions lead 17-7. Lions out of the huddle. Tim Fuller, Jeremy Costello, Tim Fuller, Bo Page in the backfield. Travis Adams under at quarterback. Everybody's in there tight. Adams looking around. Here's the snap. Hands off to Fuller. Fuller to the 5, to the 1, into the end zone.
Good run.
Touchdown.
Good run.
Great run by Tim Fuller as he was hit about 3 times that time. Just kept spinning off and running. Kept those knees going and into the end zone for the touchdown. That makes our score. The Lions 23, the Wildcats 7 as Clayton Kirsch comes on the field now to attempt the extra point. He'll be out of the hold of Chris Redwine. And Lions bounce back after a couple of bad breaks to start the 2nd half. To put 7 on the board, 6 on the board. Now Kirsch will attempt to put the 7th point. Snap is coming. It is down on the tee. It is up, and it is long enough and good. So with our score, 23 for Henderson, 7 for Whitehouse. We'll take this commercial timeout. back to play here as the Lions have responded from the touchdown on the kickoff by Whitehouse with a drive of 80 yards in 5 plays. Tim Fuller going in from the 2-yard line, setting up a score of 24-7. As Clayton Kirsch now will attempt the extra point. Now, Charlie, let's see how you try to kick it this time.
Yeah, that was a momentum breaker there. That score there, that's a great.
Charlie, let's watch and see if we got a safety back this time, just in case.
Okay.
And here is the kick. Long kick end over end going down to Farrell. Farrell at the 6-yard line, breaking back to the middle. And he's going to be tripped up in there by, let's see, coming off the bottom of the pile on the far side. I believe that's going to be 26, Jeremy Costello. And the Wildcats now will take over 1st and 10. 6:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll be at their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, it was an 80-yard drive there. It only took 5 plays because a 60-yard run by Bowens was a big part of it. Then a tough 3-yard run on the goal line by Fuller. Good running down on the goal line.
Charlie, that's what the doctor ordered, and that's what we needed, and the doctor provided it for us.
He sure did.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Tight set. Robbins under center. Hands off in the middle to Kelly. Kelly breaks out. He's out to midfield down to the 50-yard line before he's finally brought down in there by number 2, I believe, Derek McGee from the far side, and just a quick hitter that opened up.
Just about the same type play that little Bowens broke on a while ago. Just turned to give it to him right up the middle, and they ran right by us.
Lion fans kind of getting rowdy down there. Some of them saying, come on, Lions. We need some of that.
Need to wake some of them up down there.
1st and 10. Ball spotted now at the Lions' 44-yard line. Whitehouse coming out. Man, they line up with a huddle almost at the line of scrimmage, Charlie. Here we go. 1st and 10. Robbins under center. Turns around, hands off to the far back being Bowie. Bowie twisting and turning. Picks up about 9 yards on the play.
I tell you, that was a good play. They really executed well as a onside guard pulled over and kicked out. And they're just running right by us right now.
Substitutions coming in. Terrence Oliver coming in the game. Justin Jackson coming in. Brian Brown coming off the field. I see Brett Mitchell coming off down here.
Yeah, we got Terrence Oliver in a defensive tackle. He had a helmet repair.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's got.
Isaiah Allen, Oliver at the tackles. 2nd down and about 2. Robbins under center. Here's a quick pitch sweep to this side. Here comes Drew Coleman, and he's going to get there to force it back inside. And a short gain on the play. That should be enough for the 1st down, but Drew Coleman's played that play well all night long.
Yes, he has.
The quick pitch sweep that came to this side. Drew from his cornerback position shot up the field, made it forced back to the inside where the pursuit would get there, and they did. But it was only 2 yards to go to pick up a 1st down. Ball be spotted on the line, 33-yard line.
That's a good short yardage play. We used to run a quick pitch a lot when I was coaching for short yardage, and it's tough to get out there and stop it. That's what they did to beat our linebacker to the outside.
Here we go. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 33. Robbins under center. He's dropping back to pass, looking for Bowie in the flat.
Good
It's going to
coverage.
be a rush, and here is the throw, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds.
Great coverage. And a good rush by McGinnis and Scott Goodwin.
Scott Goodwin came in on the rush. We had great coverage on the far side. I believe it was Justin Jackson over there, and nowhere to throw the ball. They were trying to hit Bowie, the back out of the backfield. And Robbins did the wise thing right there, just threw the ball into the track over there. So to bring up 2nd down and 10.
We got 4:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have scored. The Wildcats getting 7 on a long touchdown run and point, and then the Lions retaliating with a score 24-7 with 4:43 to go in 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10 now. Robbins up under center. Man in motion to this side. Here is the quick hitter in the middle to Kelly, and Charlie Bagley on the stop after a gain of maybe about 4 yards. We'll call it maybe 5. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Let's see, they're going to spot it at about the 28-yard line. That should set up a 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats.
Big play coming up here, Mike. The ball's on the 28-yard line. They're in 4-down territory, but the line defense have really come to the occasion on 2nd and 3rd longs tonight. So see if we can one more time.
Holler and Isaiah Allen in the tackles. Robbins under center, looking around. He takes a snap, hands off to the 1st back, and up to the outside back. Bowie cuts down to the 20-yard line, and Justin Jackson, the last man to beat, and Justin tackles him about the 11-yard line. Again, a play that just breaking it to the outside on this, and free safety Justin Jackson there making the stop, but not after a big gain.
Yeah, he broke by, and one of our secondary people came up and missed. And then Justin came over from the far side to make the tackle, but that's just too much yardage there as Alfredo Jackson goes in the ball game for Allen and defensive tackle.
Gonzalez, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, what did I say, Jackson?
1st and 10 now, not still like Whitehouse can still make a first down. Lions defense has to stiffen right now. 3:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Robbins under center. Man in motion to the far side. Here's a snap, hands off to Kelly in the middle, and he's going to be stopped for no gain, maybe a half a yard to most.
Well, the interior, Terrace Jackson, Brett Mitchell, and the linebackers closed real quick to that time. Gonzalez, who just won the ball game, also underneath that pile. So they stacked it up there. The ball's on the 11-yard line. Clock running, 3:15 here left to go in the 3rd quarter. Another score would put Whitehouse back in the ball game.
Right now, Charlie, you really want to give Whitehouse the option to kick off again with the problems they've been giving us. Here we go. 2nd down. We'll say no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line. Whitehouse out of the huddle. Justin Robbins under center. He hands off to Bowie on the far side. Bowie down to the 5-yard line. And again, that's just a little counter type play.
Little counter. They're faking the fullback over guard, and left halfbacks come behind. A little cross action in the backfield, misdirection, and off guards pulling and leading up in there. And
we'll call it a 6-yard gain. It's going to be down to the 5-yard line where it's going to set up about a 3rd down and 4. Another big play.
Boy, at times Whitehouse has shown a lot of poise and a lot of ability on offense. Well,
Charlie, our scouts have said they're a very talented ball club. They've just been their own worst enemies, and we've seen that tonight. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 from the 5, just outside the 5-yard line. Glover to this side. Robbins under center. Long count. Here is the handoff to Kelly. Kelly bounces in. He's going to be hit about the 3-yard line and going to be stopped short of the 1st down, which is going to bring up a 4th down. And I would think at this point in time that the Wildcats will probably go for it instead of the field goal.
They need 6 or 7, a lot more than they need 3, don't they?
Yeah, do you put points on the board or you take a chance and ball spotted at we're going to say the 3-yard line, just inside the 3. 4th down and about 2 to go.
Big play here.
For the 1st down and 4th down and 3 for the touchdown.
Let's wake up, Henderson fans. Well, a couple of them get on their feet. Here's a few more now. Big play here. These are the plays here that win-lose football games for you. Boy, if they could stop them here, it would really be a feather in their cap. But they played really tough defense all night. Let's see if they can hold them out.
Gonzalez and Oliver in the tackles. Werner scooping at the ends. Here the Whitehouse Wildcat. Here's a quick pitch to this side to Bowie. Bowie's going to be tripped up
on the 1.
On the 1-yard line. Is going to be close. Not that he's going to have the 1st down, but it's going to be short of the goal line, I believe.
Yep. Made the 1st down, though.
They only had to go to the 1 to get the 1st down, and from our vantage point, it really looks like they got it.
If they go that quick pitch, we need a couple yards, and that's a good play. Good job of finding the what number's Bowie?
Bowie's number 22, Chester Bowie.
Well, it's not in the program. They got somebody else, Travis Ford, in the program, so I was trying to.
Well, could be.
Is he a senior?
Calling the wrong one. On the scouting report, they had Chester Bowie.
Well, you're probably right.
I got that off the scouting report. Here's the snap to Kelly. Kelly, 1-yard run for the touchdown.
Okay, we've got 52 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter, and we've had a lot of fireworks. That's the 2nd touchdown.
Now we got flags going everywhere, and that's going to be a personal foul.
Well, I hope it's not against us. We don't need that.
10 points ahead. Well, I don't think it's quite 24-20 down there as they've got it on the scoreboard. Hope they change that.
That's the 1st touchdown that Whitehouse has scored.
On the offensive set.
On the offensive set. The other touchdown coming on a kickoff return.
Touchdown is good.
We know that.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against Whitehouse.
That's good. I'm glad it wasn't
dead ball, personal foul against Henderson.
Both
offset.
Oh, my goodness.
24-13 now is our score. And they'll go for 2, I believe, Charlie. Now, if I see Matt Farrell in the game, they're going to go for 1. Play it conservative unless they got a fake on. They'll set the tee at the 10 for the extra point. Here is the snap. It is down, and it is up, and it is good. So with our score, 24-13, we'll take this commercial timeout. And back to action here as a 17-0 halftime lead has diminished to 24-14 for the Henderson Lions. And now a real dangerous part of this game is the fact that Whitehouse has been doing a little pooch kick all game long, and the Lions have let two of them get away from them. And now we have Tim Fuller, Tremaine Cole, Cody Cure, and Drew Coleman all up close on the far side.
As soon as he kicks that ball, get that arm up real high this time, Drew.
Here is the kick. It is up, and he's fair catching. Catches the ball, and he has it at the 32-yard line, where the Lions will take over first and 10. Charlie, I saw John Tyler play A&M Consolidated 2 or 3 years ago.
I was there. I saw that.
And on that kick, they did the same thing, and the Conroe kid tried to catch it, and he didn't wake up till the next morning.
I remember that. Boy, he did hit him, didn't he? Whew.
And that's one of the things that fair catch sign will guard against. Anyway, the Lions take over first and 10. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. They're on 32-yard line. 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Bo Page, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Another touchdown. I'm sure makes you feel good right now. Here's Bo Page. Page breaking over the middle of the line. He's still chucking. He's still running. And he's out to about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line. Great second effort by Bo Page.
Yes, it was. As we end down here in the third quarter, 30 seconds remaining, I just heard the PA announcer announce that Jacksonville was up on Hallsville 14-0.
14-0.
Carthage had a 43-14 lead over Chapel Hill.
All right, here we go. We're in the true eye. Chris Freeman at the wing. Bo Page, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Second down and 4. Page again, slipping through there, and it's going to be close for the first down, and I believe he's going to have it out to the 43-yard line. And right now, Charlie, what the Lions need to do is just take that ball and drive down the field.
Without a kid, and protect that football. That's what we're doing right now. It's we broke out for a first down there. We had a good drive a while ago in the first series, and as the clock run down with 12 seconds, they put the ball in play. We'll have 12 seconds to go, as they said, start the clock. So I'm sure the Lions have let the clock run out there. We'll get into the end of the third quarter right here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of the third quarter. Our score, Henderson 24, Whitehouse 14. And we'll be back after these commercial timeouts. And welcome back to Lions Stadium, where we begin the fourth quarter. Our score, Lions 24, Whitehouse 14. Henderson has the ball first and 10 on their own 43-yard line. And Charlie, we need to run some time off the clock right now.
Yes, we do. We got a first and 10 here. Let's see what we can do.
Adams under center. Bo Page, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Two seniors. Handoff, quick hitter to Bo Page. Page out to the 48-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup. And that's a good first down play.
Good play on first down there. Real good play. We'll take that every time.
Kelly on the stop. Ball be spotted. We'll say the nose of the ball on the 48. Be second down and 5. Travis Adams bringing the play in. And it's now starting the 25-second clock. 11:33 and counting. Adams under center. Gonzalez the center. We're in the true eye. Look, Adams looking around. Here's a handoff to Bo in the middle, and Bo's going to have maybe 2 yards that time, as the Wildcats defensive line really had that one spelled out.
Good job by the Wildcat defense there, as we've made some pretty big plays by a quick hitter up there, but by stopping us there on a good play, it's going to be 3rd and 4. So
Third and 4.
A lot of time left, 11 minutes on the clock. The Lions need to make a first down here on 3rd and 4.
Tim Fuller into the ball game now. Fred Bowens out. Jeremy Costello in the power eye along with Bo Page. Travis Adams under center. Here's the handoff to Tim Fuller. Tim trying to bounce to the outside. He's going to be tripped up, stopped short of the first down at about the 50-yard line.
Good defense there. They just whipped us up front. There was no room to go. Coach, we got fourth down. He better kick that football. He looked at the marker over there. I know he'd like to go for it, but I don't think he will.
Now Pete calling for the punt team, and Shannon Cox will come on to punt.
I hate to give it back to him because Whitehouse had moved that football this half and had a while ago a 72-yard drive, and every bit of that 72-yard was on the ground against the line.
Shannon Cox will drive back about his own 37-yard line. Matt Farrell standing on the far 20 with two up backs. As I believe they'll try to set up the return. Let's get a good snap. Josh Hardy does. Here's the kick. A high spiral.
Best kick of the night. That's a beautiful kick.
It's going to go down and go into the end zone.
Beautiful punt, though, by Shannon.
Yeah. Didn't give him a chance to return. The ball rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
That's his best punt of the year right there. He really hit that one. That's a good job, Shannon.
52-yard punt. And the Wildcats will take over first and 10 now. They're needing 10 points, 9:56 to go here in the ball game. And Charlie, we need one of your favorite sayings now. We need one of them fumbles.
Yeah, we could down one right now. We got some big turnovers there, and I think what the
here we go, back to action. First and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 20-yard line.
They're going to stay on the ground.
Bowie and hand off to Kelly in the middle of the line, and he is going to be stopped maybe for 1 yard on the play. Brett Mitchell, I see John Poole on the bottom of the pile. Isaiah Allen also there.
Well, we're going to have to stop right now. We're going to have to stop the...
Charlie, watch one thing. Watch where they line their huddle up at.
Yeah, they're right there behind it.
What, about 3 yards behind the...
Saves energy.
Saves energy. That's true. That could be one of the points of the play. That player's going both ways. 9:30 clock running. We're saying run, clock, run.
They just turn and take about 2 steps. They're there.
Glover on the other side. Drew Coleman on the coverage out there.
Look for the
center is
cross button. There it is, right there.
There it is, back to...
That's the play that's hurt us.
And that is a Bowie again. He's going to pick up about 4 yards.
On his own.
On his own. As we really had that defense. Scott Goodwin, John Poole, Derek McGee all coming up the bottom of that pile. That's going to bring up a third down. And we're going to call third down and 5. Big play right here, Charlie.
Big play right here. Not a short yardage play. They've been running the quick pitch on a short yardage, so we're at least going to, where they're going to have to maybe throw the football here.
Joe Powell in the ball game. Patrick McGinnis and linebackers along with John Poole. Tight formation. Everybody drawn in. Robbins under center. Quick down. Nobody's going to keep the ball.
You got a good play, too.
First down, and going to have the out to the 32-yard line. At that time, they faked to the dive back, and Robbins kept the ball. He'll have the first down.
Run a little option. They hadn't been doing that. They kind of crossed us up. Good call, and a big first down for the Wildcats. Big first down.
8:29 to go here in our ball game. As the Lions defense really needs to rise to the occasion right now.
Clock running 8:28 here. Lions lead 24-14, a 10-point lead. But that's not a very big lead whenever you've got 8.5 minutes to go.
Robbins under center. Here is the going back to pass. And he's going to be chasing there. Here comes Scott Goodwin. Now he's going to break out to this side. Breaking back to the middle of the field. Going to be caught after about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Good job by the quarterback. Real good scramble there.
2 or 3 Lions slow getting off the turf there. Ball out to about the 40-yard line. And it's going to be second down and about 2. An 8-yard pickup on the quarterback scramble.
Got outside over here. That shouldn't happen. Got outside our contain. Nothing but grass in front of him.
Charlie Whitehouse is really on the second half except for that one drive by the Lions. Here we go. Second down and 2 now, maybe 3. They have 2 end receivers split to the far side. Robbins under center. Here is a quick pitch to Bowie. Curtis Verner breaks through and grabs him by the belt and is going to throw him for a loss.
Outstanding job by Curtis Verner. He really read that play and leveled down the line of scrimmage and made a big play there. Good.
Loss on the play back to about the 36-yard line, I believe that they're going to spot it. So instead of being second and 3 now, it's going to be third down, and we'll call it 7 yards with 7:04. And clock running. Big play right here, Charlie.
Yeah, a lot of third and third and 6 or 7? Yeah. Passing situation again. We will have to contain his quarterback and keep him from scrambling.
Robbins under center. Takes the snap. He hands off to the second back, and he's got a hole in there, and he's going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to stop just short. Yep, the official, if he gives him a left-footed spot, it'll be short. Right foot, it'll be...
Well, we've had them 2nd, 3rd, and 5, and 3rd, and 7, and that's twice if they have broke that thing on us.
Charlie, I believe he got a favorable spot.
Yeah, I believe he got it. If not, it's going to be awfully close. They're going to go for it if he didn't, because they don't like the length of the football. But I think he probably got it. Well, that's 2 third-down plays that you got to give Whitehouse credit for making. He got it.
1st and 10.
Length of the football.
6:35 to go here in the ball game. The Wildcats have driven now from the 20 out to the 42-yard line. At 6:35 to go here in the game. Lions on top, 24-14. Run the clock. We need to do that all we can.
Whitehouse has had a good second half. 172-yard drive, and they're driving here again.
They're out of the huddle. Kelly, and we're saying 22 Bowie in the backfield. Tight set. Robbins under. Here's a quick hitter to Kelly. Bounces in there out to the 45-yard line for a gain of about 3 yards. And right now you can tell the line defense is getting tired, Charlie. It's hot and humid tonight.
Yep, they sure are. I'm really surprised because Whitehouse got some people going both ways, but they, of course, they're fighting for their lives right now. We're fighting to hold on.
2nd down and 7, a pickup of 3 on the play. 5:49 and counting here in the ball game.
Just don't give them the big play again.
Yeah.
You know.
Right now they're taking a lot of time in the huddle and running their plays. We could just hold them here for a couple more times. Robbins under center. Here he's dropping back to pass, trying to get his tight end, and it's going to be knocked down by Justin Jackson. Trying to hit a crossing pattern as they had both tight ends coming across, and Trevon Brown was the intended receiver, and Justin Jackson from his free safety position really closed in a hurry to knock the ball down.
You know, when we kicked the field goal, it didn't look so big when it made it 17-0. But right now, when it's 24-14, it's looking pretty big. If we hadn't got that touchdown, 2 points, we could be behind this football game. Still a lot of time to go, and a lot of things can happen. This ball game is not under control by a long shot. This Whitehouse is making a good second half comeback. 3rd
down and 7 now. Big play again. They're on their own 45-yard line. 65 yards to go for the touchdown. Clock stop on that incomplete pass. Have twin receivers to this side. Redwine and Coleman over here on the coverage. Robbins, he's dropping back to pass. He's looking. Here comes some pressure. And the ball's going to be thrown and to be caught. Number 1, Glover. He's at the 30. Down to the, and there is a clip right there, and that's going to bring it all back. Down to the 10-yard line. We've got flags everywhere as Brian Brown was just fixing to make the tackle that time, and he was clipped in the back of the legs, and that's going to bring it back from about the 10-yard line, I think. Penalty flag laying at about the 24-yard line.
But it will still be a big first down for Whitehouse. Well, that's 3 times in a row that they have converted on 3rd and 6 or more. First completion of the second half, and it really came at a good time for them. We need that football. We need to get a defense off the field. Our defense is getting tired, but they keep making those first downs on 3rd down, and it's going to bring them back. But
15-yard penalty all the way back now to the line, 39-yard line. But that was just a crossing pattern that time, Charlie, and Dustin Glover, the wide out. Nobody really picked him up, and he wide open. The ball in the middle of the field.
He was wide open.
Ken Sabella in the ball game now at defensive end as Scott Goodwin's coming out. 5:16 to go here in the ball game, and we've got a good one. Wildcats have it 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Ken Sabella, Curtis Burns, defensive end, Isaiah Allen, Brett Mitchell at the tackles. Tight set by the Wildcats. Justin Robbins under the center. He'll take the snap, hands off to Bowie, come to the side. He's got some green grass. He breaks it down to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 5, 10. Touchdown for the Whitehouse Wildcats.
That's the play they've killed us on the whole second half, that little cross buck. And they blocked us on line of scrimmage, and we didn't come close to tackle him in the secondary as he made a good run there, 39-yard run with a lot of time on the clock. Boy, Whitehouse is excited to cross the way, and I can see why, as they have really come back and played a great second half. Scoring their 3rd touchdown now is 24-20 with a point yet to come. Took at 5 minutes and 8 seconds. A lot of football left.
80-yard drive on that play. 39-yard run by Chester Bowie. Here's the extra point attempt, and it is up And it is good. And now the Wildcats only trail by 3 points with 5:08 to go here in the ball game. As Lions were up top 17-0 to begin the second half. The Lions kicked off to the Whitehouse Wildcats. Bowie picked it up on about the 21 or the 11-yard, 6-yard line. The 9-yard line. Now I'm getting it right. Returned it 91 yards for the touchdown. That made our score 17-7. Wildcats come right back. And 2 touchdowns here after that. And Charlie, our defense has been on the field for a long time tonight. And the key to this ball game right now for a Henderson Lion victory is for the Lions to take the football and run out the clock.
You got that right. We have got to, first of all, fair catch this kickoff, as they've been doing a real good job on it. And they might even try to kick the ball to somebody besides Drew Coleman this time. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try to maybe pooch it down the middle or something, you know. This time they're going to line up and kick. They've been kicking to the right. This time they're going to kick to the left.
This is a key time too, because if you don't recover this, they may try an onside kick.
Yeah, I really think they probably will try to onside kick it this time.
If they don't get it, it's really going to set the Lions in good field position. Yep, I believe they're going for the onside kick right now. O'Brien is the kicker. We don't really have our good receiving people in there.
Well, we got Tim Fuller on the end.
Tim Fuller at the end. Josh Hardy.
Who's number 60?
Tremaine Cole's in there. And here is the kick. Going down to the far side to Bo Page. Bo takes it on the 25-yard line. And here comes Bo. Bo breaks it over the middle. He's coming to the 35, to the 40. He's still on his feet at the 45-yard line, down to the 46-yard line. Bo Page, 155-pound senior that time. He says, I'm not going to fair catch it. Let me have it. I'm going to take it north, and he did.
I can't believe he didn't try to onside or kick it short. I'm glad he kicked it deep. 26-yard
return out to the 46-yard line of Henderson, and they'll take over with 64 yards to go to pay dirt.
One thing about it, Mike, our offense is rested. We hadn't had the ball much this half.
Hadn't had the ball much. Here we go. Bo Page, Costello, Bowens in the backfield, Adams under center. Here's the handoff back to Bowens. Fred's got a little crease in there, and it closed quickly as he gained about 2 yards.
Not very much.
Back to the 48-yard line, 4:49 and counting. Second down and 8, we'll call it. As Fred Bowens got him listed in the program as 140, but I think he's more like 125.
We've got to make a couple of first downs. We don't want to get the ball back to them in good field position, because they have already shown they can move the football this half. So we've got to make a couple of first downs some way.
Tim Fuller in at tailback now. Second down and 8. Travis Adams under center. Here's the pitch back to Fuller. He needs to block from Bo Page, and he gets it, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down. But he's going to cross midfield out to about the Wildcat 47-yard line, where it's going to make up third down and about 3.
Yeah, good play there as we had some daylight, run some time off the clock. Made a pretty good run there by Fuller, but we have a real tough 3 yards here, 3rd and 3.
3:59 and counting. Fuller out of the ball game. Bowens in. We've got a nail biter here at Lions Stadium tonight in the opening contest at 17-4.
Big play right here. Big play.
Adams under center. Power eye backfield. Here's a quick pitch sweep to Fred Bowens. And he's way short of it.
They came through, and we didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Drops about a 3-yard loss on the play. And that's going to set the Wildcats up in shop.
They'll get the ball back.
Yeah, they'll get the ball back with 3:24 and counting here in the ball game. Ball spotted on the 49-yard line of Henderson. A loss of 3 on the play. And let's see. Do I see Shanley Cox in the ball game?
Yeah, he's in there. We're going to kick the ball with about 3 minutes on the clock. Let's hope it gets a good kickoff like a while ago. He really got his foot a while ago. We need to back him up as far as we can.
Here is the snap. Good snap. High kick. Spiral down to the 15-yard line. Back spiral up. He breaks to the far side. Now he's coming back to this side, and he's going to be tripped up in there about the 16-yard line, looks like.
Good job. Good coverage. Good punt by Shannon. And we got him back inside the 20, and anytime you can do that, well, that's okay. We've got 2:44 left on the clock. It's going to be up to our defense to hold them this time, as that offense has really been clicking in the second half of Whitehouse. But let's hope our defense has got one more stand in in them as they're pretty tired right now.
2:44 to go in the ball game. Is our situation. Whitehouse Wildcats trailing by 3 points, 24-21 to Henderson Lions. They have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. That's 83 yards to go for pay dirt. They're in the two tight end set. Twin backs Kelly and Bowie. Robbins under center. He takes the snap. Here's a quick pitch out to this side to Bowie. Cuts back in. Is going to be hit in there by number 60. Let's see, coming off the bottom of the pile is going to be 33, Scott Goodwin. A gain of about 5 on the play. 2:30 clock counting.
Right now it's when the defense has got to reach down and get it. They're tired. They've played a lot of ball in the second half, but the ball game's on the line on this drive right here. We stop them on this drive, we're going to win the football game, so we got to reach down and get it right here.
2:17 clock running, ball on the 21-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. Robbins hands off to Bowie again. He breaks to this side. He's still on his feet and he's going to be hit about the 28-yard line. It's going to be enough for the 1st down. But he stayed in bounds, and they'll stop the clock long enough to, well, now let's see. It'll be they're going to measure it. Charlie, right now, the Henderson.
Well, we'll give them those 4- and 5-yard runs like that all night long here with 2 minutes to go. But when they break them like the 39 yards out, it could have been for a lot further a while ago because he had a lot of green grass. And he could have run 89 yards, well, 39 a while ago.
Charlie, I was trying to think, has Whitehouse called a timeout here in the second half? I know we have.
I think they've got most of their timeouts left. Someone called one right here.
I believe we're going to have another timeout. Let's see. Better get him back on the field here.
Exactly 2 minutes on the clock.
Change the set. Clock starts. 1:58, 1:57. Clowning.
Come on, fans. Wake up. This ball is on the line right here. We got to stop him.
Justin Robbins under center. He's dropping back to pass, looking the deep. No rush. Now he's going to be run out of the pocket, and he's going to be cuts back upfield. He's going to be sacked in there. A great defensive play by Curtis Werner that time. And that's going to be a little bit of a loss on the play as Scott Goodwin is slow getting off the field. Have a timeout charge to Whitehouse, and we'll just keep it right here.
Pretty good pressure there by Scott from the outside and turning back inside. And
Charlie, I was really watching the back part of the field that time. Must have been pretty good coverage by the Lions down there.
Yeah, they were trying to go with a one-out, one-on-one over there. We had him pretty well covered. That's what we've got to do because we cannot give up the big, long pass play right here or the big, long run, you know.
1:35 left to go in our ball game, and it's been a good one. Lions jumped out on top 17-0 at halftime, but the Whitehouse Wildcats have battled back, put 21 points on the board here in the second half. And 1:35 to go in the ball game. Henderson Lions are still up 24-21.
Still 2 minutes to go, and a lot of things can happen in 2 minutes.
35.
I'm sorry, 1:35. It was 2 minutes before the ball was snapped, wasn't it? 1:35 after that scramble back there by the quarterback.
We want to mark down. That is one timeout we know of at Chapel Hill. I mean, it's Whitehouse has taken. They've got 2 more, we think. Here's a situation lost on the play of about 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 13 as Curtis Werner made a great defensive play from his defensive end position. Josh Hardy now coming in as Scott Goodwin has come off the field. We have Alfredo Gonzalez, Terrence Oliver in at defensive tackles. Charlie Bagley, John Poole, Patrick McGinnis in at the linebackers. Brian Brown, Drew Coleman at the cornerbacks, Chris Redwine, Justin Jackson safeties. And here we go back to play. Robbins dropping back to pass, looking for the man on the far side, and he has him over there, and it's going to be caught by Bowie down to the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good play right there. It's a big play. It's not a touchdown, but it's a long gainer. That was a throwback pass as he sprinted right. The back coming out of the backfield. He laid it up, and the guy made a good catch under it, so that's a big play for the Wildcats.
And Bowie is down on the field right now. And Charlie, that's just a real, what they do, they're oscillating the running back on the linebacker, kind of a mismatch, and throwing all the way back across the field to him. Patrick McGinnis is out there, made the stop, but not after a 22-yard gain, I believe.
That was an excellent throw and an excellent catch, and a good job by Patrick just to make the tackle after he caught the football. A lot of times when that pass is completed down the field, you miss your tackle, and the guy goes on and gets a lot more yards, and that could have been a lot worse than what it was.
We have the injury timeout on the field as author of our Chester Bowie. I believe that's what we have on our scouting report. The program says something else, and he's been their key so far. He's been their big man. And they'll have a 1st and 10 at the 50, just inside the 50-yard line, back on the 49-yard line, their own 49, 51 yards to go, a minute 28 to go here in the game, and Bowie is still down. He's been their breakaway man so far.
I tell you what, our defensive secondary came up with 3 big interceptions in the first half, which stopped their drives. I just hope we got one more left in us, because the interception here would really be nice. It's going to take some big plays on the lines to stop them, because Whitehouse has showed tremendous heart in coming back. They're really fighting. The Lions have got to work hard to keep them out of the end zone, as they are 50 yards away.
Here we go. Back to action. Clock running now. Minute 26. Robbins under center. One man split to the far side. Man in motion. Here's the bat to Kelly. Kelly over the middle. He's in the open to the 42-yard line. And Charlie, they could be getting close to field goal territory right now with a minute 9 and counting.
That's what you're thinking about. They might even try to play for a field goal, although they're still a little bit. Second and 1. That was a good play there on 1st down. So
back to action now. Robbins under center. Clock under a minute now. Here is a handoff to Kelly. Kelly breaking over down to the 38-yard line. He'll have enough for the 1st down.
Well, I tell you, once the back gets the football, he's running 4 or 5 yards before anybody ever gets a hand on him this half. They are really doing a good job of picking us up on defense.
Charlie, the clock will start, I think, as soon as the chains are set. 48 seconds. Here we go again. Clock running again. 46, 44.
They're going to have to put the ball in the air, so we're going to have to run a little lacrosse buck where they scored a while ago. We got to look
38, 37. Clock running in the ball game. Robbins under center. Here comes the pitch back to this side. He's got some room out here.
Good gracious alive.
Matt Farrell going into the end zone for the touchdown. As the Whitehouse Wildcats have gone 80 yards for the touchdown and taken the lead in this ball game by the score of 24-27. And Charlie, you hate to say it, but Whitehouse has just simply outplayed the Lions in this half.
I mean, for them to score on a quick pitch from that far out, it's just unbelievable. Untouched.
Matt Farrell in at the back for Bowie that time. The quick pitch to this side. Oh, and here's the kick. It is up, and it is going to be good. So 26 seconds to go in the ball game. The Lions are behind 28-24.
Well, that was a big extra point, too, because a field goal will not put it in overtime. If he missed that field goal or we block it, we can put the ball game in overtime with a field goal. Now we have got to score to win. 26 seconds, I tell you, it doesn't look good for the Lions.
How far was that touchdown run in? 37 yards by Matt Farrell with 25 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Not a good way to start the opening district contest.
We just didn't have the ball very much this half at all. How many plays we run this half, Kelly?
Charlie, I think we only had like outside that one drive, 2 first downs. Lions with the backs definitely against the wall now. They've got 2 timeouts left. We have 26 seconds to go in the ball game. And Whitehouse being down 17-0 at halftime has come back to go on top 28-24. But 26 seconds to go here in the game.
Well, this is going to take a miracle for the Lions here.
O'Brien now to kick off for the Wildcats. Lions have their people up. I don't think they'll try an onside kick right now. Kick downfield, and it's going to go down and into the end zone, and Fred just let it die down there. And they'll have 22 seconds to go, 80 yards.
That's a pretty big chunk right there. 22 seconds, 80 yards away.
Have a player on the bench right now. Coach Barkley can't see who it is. Here we go. 22 seconds left to go in the ball game. 1st and 10. Lions have 80 yards to go and 22 seconds to get there. Not the way you want to start the opening district contest.
Not at all, as Whitehouse has come out and dominated the second half, and the turning point being that kickoff return, and then that kickoff that we call for a fair catch and then get it back. You know, You can't call it sour grapes, but I sure would like to know. I'd sure like to see it and see what happened. That was a big play.
Lions, I believe, have 2 timeouts. They'll go to their spread formation now. We'll have Chris Redwine and Drew Coleman out to this side. Bo Page, Fred Bowens in the backfield. Terrence Oliver at the tight end. Adams under center, dropping back to pass now. Looking to the side. Here he goes downfield. It's going to be for Drew Coleman. And Drew is going to be broken up by number 10, O'Brien. And 21 seconds now. I think we got a little home cooking in that time. On the clock maybe, but... Or did we? 21 seconds now showing on the clock. As Adams dropped back through to this side. Had Fred Bowens on about the 40-yard line. Couldn't hold on to it. Be second down and 10. Field goal will not win it. It will have to be a touchdown.
Yeah,
all right.
Big extra point a while ago. Real big.
Spreads formation. Terrence Oliver in the fullback. Coleman, Redwine. Here comes the blitz. Adams looking. He's throwing it long for Chris Redwine. He's turning around, and Redwine has gone intercepted by O'Brien at the 40-yard line, and that's going to be the ball game probably.
Yeah, that's it. Whitehouse is celebrating across the way, and they deserve to celebrate because they have really come back and took this ball game away from the Lions here in the second half.
28-24, 15 seconds left to go in the game. As the Lions start this year again, unless a miracle happens with a loss in district, Lions will go to 1-3. Not only has Whitehouse scored their first touchdown tonight, they've scored 4 of them. Robbins, and now we've got a flag on the far side now.
Well, the coaches are talking to the referees over there or something. Well, what discussion? All they got to do is just take the snap and fall on the knee. It's all over.
I don't really know, unless they're trying to tell the referees, you know, I don't know what you'd be telling. You know, watch for Henderson. Don't let him come over here. We're just going to take the ball. We're going to kneel down. We don't want our players hurt.
We're not
kind of an odd timeout to me.
Yeah. Whole thing that hurts us is that gun last touchdown, wasn't it?
Whole second half has hurt us, Charlie.
I mean, you're not kidding. It has. This has been I just can't believe it. Who would ever thought at halftime that they could do this?
Here we go. 15 seconds to go. Snap. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And Charlie, let's give credit to the Whitehouse fans. 0-3 ball club coming in, and they packed the stands over there. They wanted it. They got it. And our final score tonight, Whitehouse 28, Henderson 24.
Of Mexico of Amalia Hernandez.
Wednesday, October 7th at 8 p.m. at the Cowan Center, UT Tyler. Call 566-7424 for ticket information. Presented by Sunny 106.5 KOOI.
Days would all be empty. The nights would seem so long. With you I see forever oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, but I never felt this strong. Our dreams are young and we both know they'll take